Yeah.
We're going to set up a Nerd Fights OnlyFans page.
We expect to make negative money and have to pay people to watch it.
Yes. So, sorry for the delay. Waiting on Danny. He should be here shortly. He is heading home from work. The good news is, if you were here yesterday, his car seems to be working.
Yes.
So, there is good news. So Stan Lee says, gotta go out tonight, but I'll leave the window open. So Stan, you can't hear me, but your empty house with the computer running. Thank you. Anthony's super excited. I'm looking forward to this one too.
4-minute stream earlier?
Thomas says, what was it? Oh, you know what? That was accidental, actually.
Oh, did you turn that on?
What I was doing was I was actually trying to record.
Oh, no.
And so, no, it wasn't like an OnlyFans thing or anything. It wasn't for our OnlyFans page. But I was trying, that song that I used at the beginning of the church live streams?
Yep.
So I didn't have the song on my hard drive, and I wanted to use it for my ringtone on my new phone. So I figured, okay, I'll just do a recording and play that song.
Oh.
But I swear I turned off the live stream thing, but apparently it actually did a live stream where it just played the music and then ended.
Oh, is that okay? I saw that pop up. I thought I could have sworn I'd seen you do your 40 days.
I did do the 40 days this morning.
Yeah, well, that was what I mean. And then all of a sudden it came up again later today, and I was like, maybe I must have misremembered what was going on. So
yeah. Ben One Eye says if he keeps pushing it further back, it'll be morning here. Yeah, well, for us too.
Well, yeah, I am on the Atlantic coast in north, so it's 9 p.m. right now.
It looks like Thomas is mad at you, but then what else is new?
Well, yeah, I know. I feed his rage machine apparently.
Mike Richards here from Columbus, Ohio. Always good to see you, Mike. Ben says, should we say good morning? Yeah, when Danny eventually gets here, we can all say good morning to him. Bradley is here. Alex is here. The bot is here. Ben says, let's see. You didn't have your porn folder on display. Well, no, my porn folder is all pictures of me. You guys would love it. And, if you become, now that we have memberships, maybe, we'll show it off one of these times. I was recently watching many of the season 2 episodes, and there are so many of them that I really enjoyed. Yeah, I was talking to Jason about that. I think season 2 may be the only season in all of Trek where there are 0 Fs. There's only like 1 or 2 Ds, and really only a couple of Cs. I think this is going to be the strongest season of all of Trek. Sitting there, he's doing a second day 33 fast stream. Yes, that was my plan.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah. 47 Yorktown, our very first member. Good to see you, 47 Yorktown, in the far eastern land of Canuckistan. Malfi's here. Trustin is here. Thomas says, I'm sick of the delays from you, Jason.
Yeah, it's apparently always my fault.
Yeah. Bradley says, opens porn folder. It's just pictures of Salty in all its forms. Trustin says, watch Doomsday Machine today. Great episode, an S for sure. Look, spoiler warning, Doomsday Machine is going to be S+. That's why I noticed we added S+ to this one because there's a couple of episodes this season that have to go S+. And Matt Decker is so freaking awesome. I mean, he out Shatner's Shatner, throughout the entire episode.
You'd almost wonder if by chance there was some rivalry going on.
I was saying Shatner and Will Wyndham.
Yeah, well, Shatner realized just how hard he was bringing the thunder.
Yeah. They say there's no devil, Jim, but there is right out of hell. I saw it. Yeah. But what I says, it means you have to have an F- for season 3. Look, there are a couple of pretty serious turds in season 3. I'm not going to lie. We might have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be, it's not good.
Yeah. Thomas says, knowing Jason, he'll probably either forget the Doomsday Machine or rate it an F.
No.
He will. He's just say, oh, it's just a stupid ice cream cone.
Ice cream cone? No, it's a windsock.
I know it's a windsock, but
I like that. I like that episode so much that I know that it's a windsock.
Mercer is in the house. Good to see you, Mercer.
Mercer.
Hope you're doing well. Anthony loved the Doomsday Machine. Yeah, I'll talk about the Doomsday Machine. That's going to be like the topic of the day. Doomsday Machine is my second favorite episode. I have to say, my second favorite episode and my third favorite episode and my fourth favorite episode and my fifth favorite episode are all in season 2. So, yeah. Ban anyone who doesn't rank Doomsday Machine an S. I may do that. And Thomas says, Miri is an F, you fool. Now, on this one, Thomas and I agree.
No. It's okay.
How can you defend Kirk being a pedophile?
It's just Shatner had a hard time getting past the fact he had to pretend the 20-year-old was 13. You can't always be on your A game. You're not always a perfect actor.
Yeah, but that's like defending Star Trek V. No, it's still bad. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. It's still bad.
Okay.
Mercer says, I love Ultimate Computer. That one is in my top 5.
Yeah, actually, Mercer, I rewatched that 2 nights ago, and I forgot just how absolutely good that episode is and how applicable it is to today.
Yeah.
Of all the AI episodes of Star Trek, it's probably still one of the most important episodes.
Of which season 2 has 2 of my absolute favorite AI episodes. And both of which are in my top 5 episodes of all time.
Yeah.
Care to guess what the other one is?
I don't know. Something to do with Nomad.
Yeah, the chainsaw. Ben One Eye says that's not even the only issue with Miri. I know Miri is a horrible episode.
It's not a great episode.
It's a horrible episode.
But it...
That's like saying, Hitler wasn't very nice. You're saying it's not...
Okay, bonk bonk on the head is pretty rough.
Yeah, it sure is. But you thought it was awesome, apparently.
No, I didn't say it was
Didn't
awesome.
you give it a B? Isn't that what you wanted?
I thought it was a C was what we settled on.
Yeah, but you wanted to go higher.
Maybe.
And LDG gifting memberships. Thank you so much, LD. So we'll see who gets the random memberships today.
Shake a shake. Where's the dice? Where's your dice? Oh, I love the guy skydiving.
Yeah.
Why is he off the screen like that?
Let's see. It's a little...
I'll move him.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Danny got one. Captain Thasserus got some membership. Cinnabon gets a membership. You here right now, Cinnabon? If so, congratulations. Fodder Stump.
Actually, you know what the funny thing is gifting these out actually outs people who haven't said anything in the comments.
Yeah, that's true. That's like, yeah, we know you're out there. Now, by the way, for those of you that have been gifted or have purchased a membership, I am diligently working on our first members-only video, and it is going to be quite the extravaganza. Jason saw the first couple minutes of it or before the show today. What would you say? How would you describe the fun that these people are going to have?
It proves that we were not exaggerating yesterday.
So, let's see. Thomas says Kirk hit on her when he thought she was a teen. Then when he finds out she's 300, he's like, no thanks. Yeah, that's true. Does Bones predict the coming of the EMH from Voyager? No, Spock does. Because Spock suggests in the Ultimate Computer that it's too bad they didn't have a computer replacement for a Starship Surgeon. And then Bones said, well, if they could, they wouldn't have to. I'd resign.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's LDG waving. Hey, LD. Ultimate Computer hits it out of the park. Agreed. Love the Changeling. Yes, I one of my absolute favorites. Danny says, okay, GPS says I'll be home in 28 minutes, and that was 3 minutes ago, so 25 minutes before we can actually start rating these bad boys. There's the 5 memberships from LD. Thank you again. Let's see. It's funny because it says LDG was gifted a membership by LDG. That's so nice of you to give yourself a gift. Let's see. There's the other ones. Bonk, bonk, says Mike Richards. See, how can you defend that?
All right, I'll post week downgrade it to a D just for you for the bonk bonk.
D is being generous.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you.
You hear me, but you disagree.
Yeah.
Because you're wrong.
There are worse episodes of the original series.
Name one.
Well, let's see. There was one you may dislike me for it, but the apple was kind of rough.
Do you think the apple was worse than Mary?
It's in the neighborhood.
First of all, the apple gets bonus points just for having an entire race of Donald Trumps. So how can you go wrong with that? Second of all, the apple is another AI-based episode. There's a lot of AI episodes in season 2.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. That there's a ton. Of
but that's
AI.
3 just in season 2. I never, but I think it's an interesting, like the whole. I'll give you that the Trump people look kind of silly, but Spock and McCoy have some really deep and interesting conversations about the Prime Directive in that episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
all right.
Mercer is laughing. Thomas got a membership. How do I get a membership? There should be a button right below the chat, right?
It says join. It's not on the chat. It's on the main. It's below the video window.
Oh, below the video player itself, there should be a button that says join.
Yeah.
And then once no membership emojis, want a refund, says LD. Our art department, who is currently on the way here, complained to him. Because he's in charge of making the emojis. Once he makes the emojis, he gives them to Jason, the IT department, and Jason posts them.
Yeah. We're making a thing out of it.
We're so organized, we have departments, we just can't get anything done. How much is the membership? Membership is what, $2.99 for the basic one?
$2.99 for the base, yeah.
Salt Trek is correct. It was Spock who actually predicted the EMH, yes. Click the donation thing option. Yeah, there we go. Mock Time is an episode. Mock Time is another one that's like, man, if it's not top 5, it's top 10. It's a great episode. The other one with children. Okay, that one is really bad. That one's called "And the Children Shall Lead." That's a season 3 episode.
Yeah,
that one is as bad as Mary. Easily. But I don't know that I could say worse, but it is definitely as bad. And the apple has David's soul. Well, there you go. Mary is far worse than the apple. I agree. The apple is just for the Prime Directive makes it compelling. Again, I agree. When we get to Voyager, can you make a F- slot just for Threshold? No. When we get to Voyager, there'll be F-, and then there'll be a slot that just says Threshold. Because Threshold, I maintain, is still the worst episode in Trek history. Yeah. Even taking into account Discovery.
Yeah. Oh, man. And the children shall lead. Yeah, I just went for some.
Oh, you looked
pictures,
it up?
Just some quick pictures to remind me of some of the stuff. And the knives on the screen.
Yeah, with Sulu freaking out.
And the dude in the glowy green. Yeah, that was a bad
It was a bad episode.
That was
the button under the chat for gifting memberships. You know, every time you post that, I keep thinking you're saying horny Mark, and I'm like, you love horny Mark. Is that what
dyslexia kicks in? And
yeah, because the ant blends in because I have a dark. I'm running EV Mux in dark mode, so you barely see the ant. So it just looks like love horny Mark.
It's like
like I'm thinking, is there some guy there named Mark that's
a real define real fan, and tell me that I ever actually said anything quite so intense that you imply, Mr. Potts.
What did he say? I didn't see it.
A real fan doesn't need to look up episodes.
That's true, but he's not a real fan. We know that.
No.
He's an only fan. And if you want to check out Nerd Fights on OnlyFans, if we get enough memberships, we'll actually set up an OnlyFans page. Not that we'll do anything there.
Yeah, it'll just have one video and it'll just be hi.
It'll be Danny just sitting there naked. Going, I've always wanted to be naked on a live stream. Mirror Mirror is one of my top 5. That one, Mirror Mirror is, first of all, Mirror Mirror gets S+ just for Uhura in that outfit.
Actually, I saw a clip somebody put up the other day. She gets an S+ just because of the fact she walks backwards the entire way off the bridge.
Yeah, that was an impressive shot. Actually, how did she pull that off? But with a knife out.
Yeah.
Just take a bite of the apple. We do meet Zephyr Cochrane in season 2, and then he gets butchered in Star Trek First Contact.
Yep.
Signed Book Collector says, I'm late. That's okay. Danny is later. We're still waiting on him. Signed Book Collector asks, Threshold versus Star Trek 5. Threshold is worse. Star Trek 5 has a lot of technical problems, mostly, and a lame story.
But it is not Threshold.
Yeah, Threshold is beyond lame. Threshold is insulting.
You know what else is also still worse than Star Trek 5? Spock's brain.
That is not true. I will defend Spock's brain. When we get to season 3, I will defend Spock's brain. And say hi to Penny. Real fan doesn't need to look up episodes. That's 100% true. Is Threshold worse than Code of Honor? Yes. Code of Honor is more offensive, but Threshold is a worse episode. That's how. What do you think?
There was a degree of point to what was going on in Code of Honor. It just came off super offensively. Yes.
Yeah. Code of Honor was just racist. That's its only real problem. If it wasn't racist, it would just be an average TNG episode.
It's just trivialities,
Yeah. Let's see. Will those be called nude fights? No, they'll still be. It'll be what we're gonna do is when we set up the OnlyFans, we get enough support, we'll do it. But all we're gonna do on the OnlyFans is the exact same thing we always do, except Danny will be naked. That'll be the only difference. Is Danny will be sitting there with no clothes on. Me and Jason, no difference whatsoever.
Yeah. The asterisk at the bottom of the page is enough is a subjective amount determined by when it is we need to gouge our eyes out like we're on Event Horizon.
Let's see. Star Trek V is as bad as it's still better than Threshold. Yeah, it is better than Threshold. Maybe that was a reverse shot. Not sure what you mean. Spock's brain was entertaining, in my opinion. I agree with you. I think Spock's brain was entertaining. I don't think it was one of the best, but I don't think it was as bad as Jason's making it out to be. Trek reviewer agreeing Doomsday Machine is S tier. Worst Star Trek episode is those that are voyages from Enterprise. What a stinker. These are the voyages from Enterprise. What a stinker. No, I still maintain the Threshold was worse because these are the voyages. As it was a horrible season finale or series finale, if you will. But as an episode, honestly, okay, so it was like kind of Enterprise's version, think of it this way, of what's the name of that Voyager episode where it was the warship Voyager and they were looking at it from a...
Oh, yeah, that was the one where it was the Doctor's holo program that kept going forward in centuries in time.
Right. But it's kind of that. It's not a great episode by any stretch. The only reason that we hate it as much as we do is because it was the last episode.
Yeah, it's offensive to the no. It's disrespectful to the series and the cast of it.
Right. For it to be the last episode.
Yeah.
For the final episode to be about characters from another show.
Yeah. From an episode that didn't require anything to be added to it.
Right.
Which is actually...
Yeah, they could have just done it without Riker and Troy, and it would have been fine.
Well,
a little bit of padding they needed, but you know.
But I mean, they cheapened the whole super duper cloaking device episode. Because it was a tie-in to the TNG episode.
Oh yeah, with the Pegasus.
Yeah, mm-hmm. and it frankly it didn't need that. That piece of information was unnecessary.
Yes. Mercer mentions Mandalorian is Reed. Yes, we talked about the fantastic forecasting yesterday. Bradley says, there's some good things in Threshold. Tom Paris proves that faster than warp travel is very much possible for them to do, just has to be perfected. Well, it actually proves that a computer-simulated doctor can cure being a salamander with a shot. How's that for impressive?
It's extremely impressive.
Right. And by the way, off screen during a commercial break.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, that's some serious gall right there. Is to turn two characters into salamanders and then on a commercial break just come back and the doctor's like, yep, all fixed. We need to do an entire episode just on Threshold. I think we need to definitely do a watch along of Threshold.
That is a truly rough episode.
Yeah. Terry Garr in the Backdoor Pilot Assignment Earth. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of Assignment Earth. Yeah. Obsession is great. I do really like Obsession. There's season 2. Is like I said, it's a really strong season, which we'll get into as soon as Danny is here, which should be in about 10 minutes. Ben One Eye says, that's okay, I'm almost blind. With the reverse shot, I was referring to Uhura walking backwards. Oh, okay. So like they reversed the film. No, they actually filmed her walking backwards.
Yeah, it's a really good piece of work that they did with that.
Thomas says Subspace Rhapsody is the worst. No. I still maintain the Threshold. Look, I'm not saying Subspace Rhapsody was a good episode. But from a technical perspective, it was very well done. The story makes more sense than Threshold. As silly as the whole idea. I mean, but you know what? If you believe in the whole, and Star Trek all the way back to the TNG was very much into the whole quantum multiple reality thing, right? Where anything that could possibly happen happens. Well, that means that in some other quantum reality, everybody's singing. And that's all they did is they took it to the logical extension of how far it goes. It's stupid, but it makes more sense than turning into a salamander because you went fast.
Yeah.
Thomas says, I was never so angry watching Trek. And Gary agrees with Thomas on Subspace Rhapsody. Oh, don't get me wrong. Subspace Rhapsody, when we get to Strange New Worlds, if we rank season 2 of Strange New Worlds, I'm pretty confident Subspace Rhapsody is getting an F. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe not an F minus, but definitely an F.
Yeah, it's going to be right up there with that stupid hijinks episode from season 1.
Yeah. So yeah.
Or right down there with it.
Yeah. So yeah, Subspace Rhapsody definitely not going to get a good grade, so to speak. But Threshold is really in a class by itself. You know. And thank you so much, Arabic, with a $2 super chat. Did I miss Chekhov's hair and cat's paw? Not yet. We haven't gotten to. We haven't rated anything yet, Arabic. We're waiting for Danny to show up.
He should be here any moment.
Yes. So the Doctor can cure evolution. Exactly. That is true. The Doctor can, in fact, cure. In fact, every time Voyager mentions evolution, I want to punch somebody.
You know what's funny? Of all the Star Trek series,
we should probably just go to the dynamic scene so they can actually see us. There we go.
Voyager is the one that can be accused of all but literally having a Deus Ex Machina built into the entire series because of the Doctor.
The Doctor can fix anything. The ship self-repairs, apparently. You know, they have infinite shuttles. They have infinite torpedoes.
Yeah.
You know.
But a ship that could go back home in 7 years needs to take 70 years.
Not only that, the ship could get home overnight. All they got to do is go to warp 10, then have the Doctor give everybody an anti-salamander shot.
Well, just actually better still, just make a vaccine that stops it from happening beforehand, and then you're on your way.
Right. But yeah, Voyager. Oh man.
Yeah. The funny thing is I have a lot of episodes that I enjoy watching, but the series is pretty rough.
Yeah. Penny asks, why don't we have emojis for the members?
Ask your son.
Yes, Penny, your son
is the art department.
Is our art department. Ask him why we don't have any emojis, because he's supposed to make them. We're supposed to have at least 3 now, just with the 3 of us. But he hasn't done that yet. So, yes, Danny needs a talking to. So you can do that. Let's see. Bradley likes the idea of an entire episode about Threshold. We can remind Danny that there were 2 episodes with black cats in season 2. That's true. So we had Assignment Earth and Cat's Paw. Both featured cats. And in both episodes, the cats turned into beautiful women. Right after you see the cat's butthole, which is kind of creepy when you think about it. You know, just say it. You see the cat's butthole, and then it becomes a beautiful woman. And it's like, I just saw your butthole. You know, I didn't need to know that. But, yeah, that is 100% true. There are 2 cats that turn into beautiful women this season.
To which, actually, it's funny. You saying cat's butthole reminded me. So there was an app at work years ago that got made to import these files called Comprehensive Audit Trails.
Mm-hmm.
CAT. And like any good group of nerdy IT people, we can't stop at doing stupid crap. And this app was never going to see like an end user. It was purely for us to use.
So you had like systems to herd cats.
So one of my coworkers, he did up art of a cat walking away from you with its tail high in the air, and he had a perfect asterisk for the butthole. And eventually, the app just got known as Cat Butt.
Man, that reminds me of the old days of Benny Hill, and they used to do this joke every now and then where they'd show a cat walking away, and they'd be like, "And Mr. Pringles has old one eye."
Man,
there's a special place for worst episode of Star Trek, and it's Threshold. Yes, indeed. Thomas says Threshold was okay for about half of it. There was nothing good about Subspace Rhapsody. I disagree, Thomas. Again, I think the episode is stupid, but I have to say, those guys could sing. I was actually impressed.
Yeah.
Especially Ethan Peck. Man, I liked Ethan Peck's singing voice. I want more of Spock singing after that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Paramount. Don't make more episodes of Spock singing.
Yeah, don't do that.
But he is really good, you know.
Yeah.
Does Norman adjust the Enterprise to have it go faster than Warp 10 for a few seconds? Or does Nomad? Yes. But remember, that's TOS warp scale, which apparently is different than TNG warp scale, where warp 10 is infinite speed. Although what I do think is interesting is that in that scene, this is how bad I know. So, I'm worse than Danny with Star Trek 4 with the dialogue for most episodes. But in that scene where Nomad is making the Enterprise go faster, the guys go, one of the engineers like, Mr. Scott, we're warp 8, we're warp 9. And then as soon as he says warp 10, Scotty's like, that's impossible. It can't go that fast. And then they hit warp 11. So it's like, I do think it's interesting that warp 10 seems to have been some kind of barrier even then. Except that then, of course, in Elan of Troyes, you have a ship going at like warp 13 or 14, something like that. 47 Yorktown points out Threshold won an Emmy. That is 100% true.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, whenever we do an episode about it, I will have it with me. But I do have the Tom Paris Mutant Lizard action figure from Threshold.
Oh, man.
And it even comes with 3 salamander babies.
Yes, you've talked about that, yeah.
Threshold versus Let He Who Is Without Sin. Threshold is the worst, signed book collector. Threshold is the worst. Makes you think, why not just warp to and get back to Earth and then have the Doctor fix him during commercial break? Exactly. Cat's Paw is a B, but Chekhov's wig was an F-. Wow! Brutal. Let's see. He should do a Miss Moneypenny one. Oh, for the emojis? Yes, he should. But, right. I honestly, we need to get, the art department working hard on things. Speaking of which, he should be here any moment. Solid Tracker, just watched Cat's Paw. I'm so disappointed that it wasn't Tomorrow Is Yesterday. Huh?
What?
I'm not sure what you mean there. Jason can't stop doing stupid things. I'm not shocked. Well, you were talking about your cat program.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I didn't come up with the name for it.
Arabic says auto-tuned. No, Ethan was not auto-tuned. There were a couple of people that I think were auto-tuned, but Ethan was not one of them. If Nimoy could put out music albums, so can Peck. Yes, I think Peck's musical albums would be better than Nimoy or Shatner's. But Shatner does have a certain style that you just can't duplicate. Arabic says at least Uhura could sing. Both Uhuras we find out can sing. Well, 2 out of the 3 we don't know about Zoe, and I don't really care. And O'Brien can play the cello. Salty, you were a kid around the time, or do you remember Arc 2 Space Academy or Jason of Star Command? Of those three shows, I watched Arc 2 and Jason of Star Command. I don't remember Space Academy. But man, Jason of Star Command, I love that show. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, that one I'm not familiar with.
It was awesome. Michael, you should start with these what? Caricatures of Daniel made of you three. Upload those, Jason. When he's supposed to get them to Jason to upload.
Well, no, the problem is they want them in a specific size set. So there are specs that they need all these things for.
Yes. And Danny has all the software to get it. He just, I know he's working and stuff, but yeah, we need.
It'll happen.
Danny needs to do that.
Hey, as long as he doesn't take as long as I did to turn it on.
And TNG, all good things had warp speeds above 10. Yes, that is true, but that is an alternate future. So, maybe in that future they change the warp scale again.
What was the name of that show? Jason what? And the what?
Jason of Star Command. Chekhov's wig is a contender for best hair in Trek. I would not agree there. Renegade in the house. Good to see you, Renegade.
Commander Carnarvon.
Yeah. And they're Black Cat and Assignment Earth. That's what I said. So Assignment Earth and Cat's Paw both have cats that turn into beautiful women. Interestingly, right after you see their buttholes. Only Nimoy can sing about Bilbo, says Thomas.
Oh man, this guy who plays Dragos. That's
he
gold.
Was the villain. He was the villain, right?
Yeah. Oh man, no, I've never ever seen this. And it was out the same time as Battlestar.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember, man. I watched the crap out of that.
Man, what network produced this?
I don't know. It was a Saturday morning show.
Oh yeah, see that's why. Because
yeah.
my lack of lots of channel choices was painful.
I think Zoe can sing too. Didn't she play Nia Cinnamon in that biopic? I don't remember, but if she, honestly, like I said, I don't care if she can because her Uhura is the worst of the three, in my opinion. And there's Danny in his car still. He looks like he's like gonna kill somebody. Look at that look on his face. He's just like.
You guys hear me? Because I can't hear anything.
Yes, we can hear you.
Great.
Are you almost home?
Pissed.
Why'd you pee on yourself?
I'm gonna tell you why if I can get some sound working.
Yeah, that was great timing. So.
Why is my sound not working?
Oh man.
Man, that was great. You couldn't have edited that. Me. No, yeah. I know.
I hate this town. I hate mechanics.
I thought you fixed your car.
Whenever I get the sound and I tell you guys what's up, you'll understand why.
This is great. So Danny's just going to keep talking, even though we're not having a conversation.
Well, that's okay. We'll.
Yeah. So
still no sound.
So Danny, how is your OnlyFans page coming? How's your OnlyFans page?
You're hoping he's going to
say OnlyFans page.
You're hoping he's going to say something appropriate,
yes,
or mildly appropriate to match up with it.
And yes, that's right, Trek Reviewer. James Doohan was on Jason of Star Command.
Yeah.
But he had to leave to do Star Trek the Motion Picture.
I should have been home 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. So you could do OnlyFans, right?
I can't hear you guys. If you can hear me, give me like a thumbs up or something. So okay, you guys can hear me. All right.
Yes.
So...
Tell us about your OnlyFans page.
God, I wish I could hear you guys. You guys want to know what was wrong with my car? This is how much of an idiot I am.
Yeah, tell us about your OnlyFans page.
I was out of antifreeze. I was out of antifreeze, and these sons of bitches charged me $100
We told
Put
you to check
antifreeze
the
in my car,
antifreeze.
which I could have got for $15.
We told you to check the antifreeze yesterday.
He can't hear us, but
Yeah, we've been arguing with them for the last 20 minutes because that's just shitty.
It's your fault.
Like, how do they sleep at night?
It's
How?
your fault.
No,
Sorry.
you know what's funny? Actually,
So I'm a little upset about
they
this.
sleep. They sleep comfortably, unfortunately.
Why can't I hear you guys? This is so weird.
Hold on. Let's see.
It worked yesterday or the other.
Oops.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
He may not be able to read the text even if you do the if you.
I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay.
Oh, too bad. I was gonna put
No.
in big text. It's your fault.
I almost hit end broadcast. Boot me so I can come back. I don't want to mess anything up.
Can I boot him? How do I boot him? I
Oh,
could do that, but that's just out of there.
no, he's back.
No, it's because that'll just takes him out of the scene. That doesn't get rid of him. I don't know how to get rid of him. How for this? Oh, there he goes.
All right. So, well, that was interesting.
Yeah. Now it is funny that we were like, "Hey, you might want to just check your antifreeze level tomorrow or this morning or something."
Yeah. So Danny says Dork used antifreeze on his OnlyFans. That's one way. That's way too kinky. Yeah. So yeah, you know, check out the Nerd Fights on OnlyFans. Do we have a name for that yet? No. So we got to figure that one out, and then we'll do our whole thing with Danny being naked. Let's see, what was that for? Anything important? No, I don't need it for, man. You know, I got a new phone, and it's setting me an alert for everything. It just told me to check out my iPad just because it's sitting there. It's like, I know the iPad is there.
Well, you'll get it all figured out eventually.
So yeah, we got to figure out how to set up an OnlyFans now.
Oh, jumpins.
Let's see, OnlyFans. You can let's see, sign up or support your favorite creators.
Creators.
Yeah, that's what they call it, I guess.
Yeah.
Gee, why is it that almost every OnlyFans is a bunch of chicks?
Gee, I don't know.
And they look like whores.
Oh, it's bad.
They just I mean, I know that's probably what they do. Is they just,
No, yeah, but I mean, but it genuinely is. It's bad. They are probably skirting the law in a great number of ways.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder how long they have for this world.
Well, they're just basically homemade porn, right? That's what most of it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, once we get our OnlyFans page set up, then you know, we'll get you guys you know, hooked up there, you know, so you can see Danny naked. Let's see. All right, so now their terms of service has been updated. Okay. Oh, I have a new message from OnlyFans. Please subscribe to a creator. Why? I don't want to. I want to. Okay, so new post. So I can compose a post, add quiz, add poll. How do I add video? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make an OnlyFans, and I'm going to be like going, "Hi, everybody."
Crazy.
Welcome to Salty Trekkers Reviews.
Get your wife to do the voiceover for it.
No, because then people actually would subscribe to it. And yes, Thomas, I do know that OnlyFans wasn't originally intended for porn. That's just what it became. And I do know that much about it. I don't know a lot about OnlyFans, except that you can basically post your own videos and stuff, and people would have to pay to watch your video. And which sounds great if you can make something that people actually want to see. Hey, your devices are connected. That's the alert I just got from my phone. Your devices are connected.
Which devices?
It didn't say. Thank you for telling me something that doesn't even mean anything. There you go, Mike Richards. Want to get salty? So, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring down OnlyFans.
You're going to corrupt it.
I am. I'm gonna make an OnlyFans channel that makes fun of OnlyFans channels. That's gonna. Oh. And Bradley says making an OnlyFans page is a good idea. Actually, it's another form of income you're missing out on. Yeah, see, it'll just
Can you imagine?
It'll be it would be hilarious as if I do that and I start making millions of dollars. That would be so great. In theory, it was for people with fan base to have way to reach out to them in a more personal way because people will be quickly because people were people. It quickly became a weird sex thing. Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing that let that happen is because they have such loose allowance for what.
Danny's back.
I see him. Yeah, they have very loose. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you. Maybe I wonder if he can hear us.
Oh dang! Now we can't hear you.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Can't hear you, dumb ass.
No audio. No audios.
Let's see. Hurry. Come on. All right. Oh, sure. Now he's gone. Did you kick him or did he leave?
No, he left.
Okay.
Or he got disconnected because it says no connection.
Yeah, so I made this for him. But no, he's gone. Banks tried to pull funding to force OnlyFans to drop the questionable content. The creators revolted and OnlyFans pedaled back, and now it's even more porn site. Well, it's funny because, look, I may think that the porn stuff from a moral perspective is reprehensible, but at the same time, I'm also a free speech advocate. So if that's what they want to do and it's not illegal, fine. As long as they're not breaking any laws, doing anything that, which obviously there are certain things you cannot do. And hopefully they never will. But if and like, I don't know if I know you've seen it, Jason, that it's actually not the worst thing ever on YouTube, but the Whatever podcast.
Yeah, it's kind of rough, but
it can be if you can't stomach the what's the right term? The frank talk about what goes on OnlyFans and stuff. But it can be rough to listen to. But it's actually interesting to look at how depraved people are, because people don't think that.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yay!
I can hear you. Praise the Lord. Oh my God. All right,
now
hey,
you're
man, I'm sorry. If you guys want to get started, I told you Friday's a terrible day for me to do this show.
Yeah, but what happened today? Besides which by the way, I could tell you, the car repair people sleep very well at night, and unfortunately, that $100 charge is basically what happens as soon as they open the door.
Yeah.
And we did, Danny.
Because just so you know, by the way, up here at least in my neck of the woods, the average garage hourly rate, which you get hit for a full hour just for showing up, if it's not a book charge thing, is $120.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm mad at myself.
Yeah, we told you to check your freaking antifreeze last night, didn't we?
You did. And I thought it was a bigger, and it's my fault. I thought there was something bigger going on with my car. So I was like, I'm going to take it in. And they probably spent maybe 10 minutes. They're like, oh, this dumbass doesn't have any antifreeze. Filled it up with antifreeze. Boom, $100. Like, God dang it, man.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Thanks.
Well, actually, the good part though is you're gonna know this lesson for the rest of your life.
For the rest of my life, you damn right. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's never going to escape you again.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna check my antifreeze every damn day. Yeah.
Check those fluids.
All right. So, I tried listening to as much as I could, except for the 20 minutes I was arguing with the guys at the Sun Auto.
Yeah.
So, have you started? You haven't started reviewing?
No, we're waiting for you.
We're waiting for you.
Okay. Well, if you want to, we can get this party started.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, go for it.
But I like the arrangement we have on the screen now.
Sure.
What's that? Okay. That's like, you might as well slap the kick me thing on the back of my back, because I'm driving. I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah, so no kidding. You're gonna make Danny have a crash.
Yeah, that's. Oh, by the way, Danny, we've had at least 3 people complain that we don't have any emojis yet for the memberships.
Dang it, man. Okay, look. Even if I send them to you in the morning, the IT department is off this weekend, so they're not going to go.
They'll get up Sunday night at the latest.
Okay.
Yeah. If you get them.
How many do you need? I figure we just need you, me, and Jason, right? Or
well, at least that to start, and then and anything else we can think of.
The other thing you could do would be some kind of cute spin on salt and ranks for those first 3.
Yeah.
And then
like I could see do one that's a salt shaker, since the name of the channel is Salty.
Send me the assets to that thing where you do the Salty Plus, with the little. If you send me those assets, I could.
Oh, the video that I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so people want emojis, because we have some more memberships now today, so we need. So
I got a notification. Apparently, I got a membership.
Yeah. LDG gifted a few, so we're up to 10. That puts us up to 10 members already. So we need to
11 because
I'm not going to go. This is inside baseball. I don't want us to talk about it too much, but I bet LDG's favorite TOS episode is Mary.
Well, we already know it's Jason's favorite episode, so
Well, I was the one defending it more than Jason. You just
they were. But I was here, so I was the punching bag. They had some fun with me.
Oh yeah, we were definitely talking about that. All right.
That was a good episode.
Dude, don't say that.
It was a good episode. Maybe because you lowered my expectations so much because I hadn't seen it in so long. Wow.
No, it was clearly a technical mistake, and he didn't transition to the right
clearly.
one.
You see that dumbass real big on the screen. Okay, Red. Okay, Red.
Hey, it's not my fault that that's what you are, man. There we go. Bradley says, make an emoji of the Enterprise with the nacelles swapped out for salt shakers.
Oh,
There you
that could
go.
be cool.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Emojis are so small, you wouldn't even be able to tell them, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you could distort the proportions so the two salt shakers are huge, and there's just this little dish in the middle or something.
Yeah. I'll play around with that. That's an interesting idea.
So, so how's the driving going there?
Good. I just got onto the 15, so I should be home in a few minutes.
Okay. Assuming you don't get run over.
Yeah. Don't make it look at
the screen.
Don't make me look at the screen, please. Just talk to me and I can reply. You know?
Well, I'm just watching what's behind you because, I mean, that's crazy.
What's behind me?
Just lights.
It looks like you're driving in a circle.
But
and Captain Kirk with a $1 donation says he's a double dumbass.
We're keeping it. We're keeping it on brand here, right?
Yes, definitely. All right, so now that we definitely have our dumbass. Oh, by the way, you missed it, Danny, because your audio was messed up. But Jason and I, we've decided that here's how we're going to get some revenue going for the three of us.
Okay.
We're going to start an OnlyFans channel. And our OnlyFans channel is going to be the exact same content that we do, except you're going to be naked.
Oh, nobody wants to see, dude. First of all, I look like a Yeti.
Well, I told them, I said we'd end up owing money because they demand that we pay them to let it even be there.
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody.
No, but could you imagine, like, if you tune into an OnlyFans page and we're just sitting there, like, rating Star Trek episodes, but you're just sitting there naked?
Yeah, dude, my whole, like,
that's the point. You're missing the point here. It's just how stupid it would be.
Yeah.
And yet it would probably make money.
I'm sure there's some sickos out there that are into dudes with white hair all over their body. Yeah.
And hey, lovely Sherry, how you doing today? And Cody Guy also just joined us. Welcome. All right, so we are going to start rating the episodes from season 2 as long as Danny is capable. So you're sure you're okay with this?
I'm 2 exits away from home, so we're
All right. Well, if you're just 2 exits away, we'll stall for a couple of minutes. If you're just a couple minutes away,
we can start. I'll make it seamless. I'll walk with the phone in my door, and then
and take off your clothes and everything for the OnlyFans people.
No, I already took off my dress shirt because I was about to smack him all cold. Oh my god, I was so pissed. I'm more mad at myself.
Thomas, I don't want Danny to be naked as much as I want the revenue that would generate. In fact, what we could do is like have it so that people could pay extra for Danny to put clothes on. Oh, it looks like you get pulled over or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, turn the dome light off.
All right. So first episode.
I didn't want to get in trouble. So.
Yeah.
So the first episode that we have here is Wolf in the Fold, written by the great immortal Robert Bloch. Their Halloween, this is the Jack the Ripper episode. Where we've, so Scotty, and then we see, look at that. I try.
Oh, and you're back.
Okay, he's back. So Scotty
you know what? Maybe you should kill some time because the second you bring up the first episode, that happened.
All right. Well, hold on. Hey, Danny, let's switch to that one. There we go.
This is what, you know what? I'm going to quit my job. I've decided.
No,
I'm
no.
quitting. Can't do this anymore.
What's
Too much shit.
why was it? I mean, besides having to go get the car, what made it so late today anyway?
Oh, well, dude, I've been telling you guys for weeks now, because I've been with this job for weeks. Friday's just a busy, it's payroll. It's like there's just a lot, there's a lot going on Fridays. It's just a busy.
Okay, so I'm just trying to think about it because it's 10 here, so that means it's 5 there. So yeah, so you guys basically have a full day, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
He actually has to work almost
Wednesday,
a regular shift.
That's why I hate that Wednesday doesn't work for you, because Wednesday I get to work from home. So Wednesday's like a perfect day for me,
Yeah, well, we'll have to see over the course of the next week or two, see what the rhythm is.
Charity is the real reason, because
everything is changing in her work world. So
yeah. And so we want to be. I mean, because and I know you're the only one of us that's single right now, but at the same time, you got a wife that's going through a lot of stuff. You got to make sure you're taking care of her. That's first priority.
Yeah, man. No, yeah, dude, don't be a dumbass like me. Take care of your happy life. Don't be a 2-time divorcee like my dumbass.
Right.
I'm sad and lonely most nights. So, by the way, for those of you who don't know,
you can check out Danny on OnlyFans.
We have this group text thread, and I just randomly texted them last night, like, I love you guys.
It was kind of creepy, actually.
And in you guys' defense, normally you probably thought, oh shit, he's drunk and suicidal. So your first question was, what's wrong? I was like, oh, no, nothing. I just was rewatching our video and got emotional. And then without missing a beat, Mike sends me a picture of a box of tampons. Just like
once you explained yourself, I saw it come by, and at the time that it was, I was like, seems random. I think he's probably just happy or something. And I just kind of, because I had an entire morning of conference calls, and I just kind of let it go by. And then I saw Mike reply to it, and he goes, "You okay?" And I'm like, maybe I should have messaged back.
Which video were you watching?
I was watching our review of Voyage Home. For some reason, I was just rewatching yesterday's video, and I got a little, how Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker in No Way Home was like, I love you guys. I just had that moment where I was like, I just need to tell these dudes I love them.
And you're not going to love me once he's so. By the way, for all the people that are now members of the channel, I am working on a video that is an edited version of our watch along of Star Trek 4, and let's just.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I showed the first couple of minutes of it to Jason before we went live, and basically I go through, like, I set the speed to 1,500%. Okay, so that shortens the whole thing down to just like a few minutes. But I slow the speed down to normal every time you start saying the dialogue.
Yeah.
And so you can see, like, when we first start watching the movie, we kind of ignore you. And then it goes a little bit further, and we're laughing along with you. And then finally, when we're just about to the point where they're leaving Vulcan, I lose it. And I'm like, Danny, we know the dialogue. And for those of you that don't know, by the end of the movie, I absolutely blow a gasket because he won't stop. Yeah. He just won't stop.
You got to see if you can tell when I'm looking at your frame too, because there is a point where I just stop really watching the movie so much.
Yeah, and just start watching Danny.
And I'm watching you.
Oh, because of how much I'm reacting.
Because your face starts to twinge over. It's like, damn it, stop it!
I'm trying to watch the movie. Just let me watch the freaking movie. But Jason does have to look things up because he doesn't know Trek. That is true, Thomas. So we've established, by the
Oh,
way,
hey, come on now. Don't be mean.
it's not being
You know,
mean.
I've been
Jason's
in
not
a.
a Star Trek fan.
Thomas
Even
is
I
trying
have
to.
to look stuff up. You know, I've been in a coma. I've had brain damage and several concussions. You know, it happens to the best of us. We
And we
forget
just
things.
got
I
a
totally. When you guys have
something. Let
fun.
me see if I can.
What did
Shoot,
we
I
get?
can't get it to come up now.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
we
not
got
good.
something came in.
Yeah, hold
Somebody-
on. Let me see if I can figure out how
Somebody
to.
did. Hello. We wear toques in the winter. Man, you're just
Can
all
you
over the
read?
place.
Yeah, can you read that? It's.
Let me.
There we go. Joe Biden says hello, Jason and Dommy. Oh, and now it's gone.
Now I have to go to the tape.
Quick, go to the replay.
coming through now, Con.
Yeah, let me go to the replay.
Yeah, so IT department's working on it.
Yeah.
Repeat and augment.
Yeah. You got it, or you need?
No, I've got, there's like 14. There's like 14 live streams going on right now.
Yeah,
so
what's up with that? Cinnabon's live streaming.
Yeah, everybody's live.
Gorilla's live streaming.
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Nation's live
Ready,
streaming.
man.
All right, so it says
Friday
hello,
night,
Jason.
Hold on.
Hello, Jason and Dominic. Where is Michael? Anyway, has Donk checked his blinker fluid? Hail Karoga number 22.
How funny. Cute. Real cute. Real cute. I checked all my fluids. And I learned something.
Yeah, you just didn't
From
check
doing
any of them
so.
last night when we told you to.
Yes, this is true.
And so you were too busy, giving "I love you, man" texts to people to bother to check the fluids in your car.
Yeah. Well, not that it really matters. It's not that big a deal. But I filled up my windshield wiper fluid, and
Wow, saved yourself a bundle there.
no, immediately found out the little container that holds it is got a crack in it because it all just started pouring out. So I got to get those. Yeah. Anyway, all right, I'm home.
Don't you guys hardly ever have to use your wipers?
Well, they used it to get the sand off the windshield, I guess.
Okay. Are we still there? Can you still see me?
Still here. Yeah.
Well, I
we
see mostly
darkness,
black.
but-
Yeah. There's a light
hear you.
behind you. I saw that.
Well, I'm walking into the house now. Oh.
So we'll see if
Hey, at least on the bright side, at least it wasn't something serious, you know.
Yes.
Like,
Oh yeah.
so I'll take the L, learn my lesson.
yeah. Maybe next time that we all tell you to check your fluids, you'll check your fluids.
Yes. Oh.
Or the more likely thing, the next time we'll tell you to check your fluids and you'll ignore us again, and then you'll get pissed off that you.
I don't know. $100 out of nowhere is a pretty good reminder of what not to do.
Yeah, especially when I'm broke. Like now I'm broke. I think I have like $5 to my name now, and I don't get paid for another 2 weeks. So
I know that feeling.
but it is.
It's the feeling that I like to call Thursday.
All right.
So,
Alrighty. So I'm home now.
how long of a walk
Started
is it?
properly.
Seems like you've been walking for a while. Oh, another notification on my phone. Wonder what we lost Danny. This time the phone says your devices are still connected. Thank you. I know that.
You're gonna spend the next 3
All right,
days.
hey guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna swap from the phone to the computer. Can you hear me?
Yes, it doesn't matter if we can hear you.
Make it happen. Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna spend the next however many days just chasing all the
The
notification settings. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know why it's telling me all my devices are connected. It's like, I don't care.
Mike Richards. A burnt hand teaches best.
Get Captain Foley drunk enough. Well, we could get Captain Foley on the OnlyFans channel. He'd do it.
Oh, this is why Thomas is being so salty.
Oh yeah.
How do you know I'm browsing specifically for the show?
Because we know you.
Oh,
you were looking it up. Come on, admit it.
I already had it open from when we were talking.
Yeah, so you had to look it up
2 hours ago.
So you've been trying to look it up for 2 hours. That's how long it takes.
I've been trying to look it up for 2 hours. That's not how looking something up works.
Well, apparently for you it does. That's why you're such a crappy IT department.
All right.
Apparently Danny hasn't quite figured out how to turn his computer on yet. So yeah, we're just winning today. We are all sorts of win.
Yeah.
Any day now, Danny. Art department fail. So yeah, let's see.
Oh, it doesn't take my glasses. You could see the change in color tone when I'm switching windows around, Thomas.
Well, but you know, he's just saying he can see the reflection in your glasses.
Oh yeah, well,
the episode.
Well, no, there's no zoom and enhance for my glasses. But when it's obvious when I'm on IMDb because it's white as a ghost.
So Ben One Eye says, so if he can't even turn his computer on, how do you expect him to turn anyone on OnlyFans?
Oh.
It'll be a challenge, that's for sure. I gotta say my OnlyFans page is gonna become the most popular OnlyFans page hosted by an overweight Star Trek fan.
Yeah. Oh, one of the things that I took note of again when I was watching the Ultimate Computer,
yes,
was again how bad the upgraded space shots are in some cases.
From the Ultimate Computer?
In the Ultimate Computer, when the opening scene and they're around the space station, it looks bad.
Yeah, I remember that. The space station, because they changed up the station.
It looks
originally they just reused the stuff of Case 7, if I remember correctly. There he is.
All right. Man. So yeah, like I just of all the things going through these episodes here and there, and having been so used to in the past, of course, seeing them unenhanced. Yeah, I'm not a fan of a lot of the enhancements. Like there's these really good beauty shots with the Enterprise that they'll have frequently, but then there's a ton of stuff that just does not look good.
Right. If this is that same notification again, I'm going to get pissed. Yeah, it sure is. I need to figure out how to turn that off. All right, so Danny, Wolf in the Fold, any thoughts?
Oh yeah, let me my notes here.
Oh yeah, of course you have notes.
Well, yeah, because I take this shit seriously, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you take it so seriously that you don't bother to check your fluid so you can get home on time.
Although you know what's funny is Thomas rides me for having 14 tabs up.
Yeah.
Danny's got notes and he gets a full pass.
Anyway, I actually enjoy Wolf in the Fold. You know, it's a little racy. You know, it was a little. Well,
it's got a sex planet. It's
yeah, you know, and Scotty's accused of murder, and
what I don't understand is why a blow to the head makes Scotty suddenly hate women.
Well, you know,
they don't really explain that.
A single text message makes me hate a woman sometimes.
Right. Yeah, but Scotty was in an accident. Okay, so a woman caused the accident, and now he hates all women. Hey. And so their solution, basically, this would be like, okay, you get injured, you get mad because the person was a woman, and the doctor's like, you know what? take him to a whorehouse. That'll fix him. Their solution is literally to take Scotty to a planet where you can just screw anybody.
What do you think of my solution?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, that's, a planet that sounds like not a bad place to be. Unless, because the one dude that was jealous, you remember in the court he's jealous all the time. It's like, your wife is screwing people that show up at random. Of course you're jealous. What, am I the only one that feels that way? You guys think I'm crazy?
Oh no, it's
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's a little goofy. I mean,
it's the
I like
60s,
it.
Man.
It was a solid episode.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it was a bad episode. It's just that society. Honestly, that's where we're heading right now with OnlyFans. Don't forget, nerd fights on OnlyFans coming soon.
Yeah.
But on OnlyFans, we have OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's getting to the point where we're becoming almost that hedonistic.
Yeah, it's just pretty near. You got a hello, Mr. Dork.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
All right, so where are we going to put Wolf in the Fold, guys? I know Thomas thinks it's an S tier. Ben thinks it's between a B and C. I definitely would not go below B.
I won't go below B. I think it's very least a solid B. It was a fun episode. I mean, come on.
So Jason, you're the deciding vote here. Where are you going to put it?
It's a B.
All right.
Okay.
So Wolf in the Fold gets a B, a solid good grade. All right. Next up, The Hand.
Who mourns for Odonias? So here's something funny about this. When I was watching, remember I was telling you guys a few weeks ago, I found that sci-fi playlist where they redid all the Trek episodes on the Sci-Fi Channel, and they had like special new interviews and stuff with the cast.
Yeah.
So everybody says the name of this episode wrong except for the guy who played Apollo. Like literally everybody.
So he's the only one that said Adonias?
Yes. Everybody else says Adonis. Like
I used to say Adonis too, and it's like, look at the word. That's not Adonis.
It's Odonias. Yeah. And
the
guy who played
Adonias, not Odonias.
Adonias, whatever. He was the only one that said it right in those interviews, and I thought that was funny.
Yeah. So Thomas thinks this one's a C. I think you're crazy, Thomas. This was a good episode.
So I wish. So when I
this
went
had
back
a classic Kirk speech with the
hell
human
yeah.
flesh on human flesh. We're the same.
I want to say something really quick, please.
Uh-huh.
So, like I did last week when I was doing my what you might call research this week, I decided to watch them. Now, again, remember, if the whole episode comes flooding back to me, I only watch like the first 3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
So I watched them in production order, and this was the 4th episode produced, which is if you look at Cat's Paw, whenever we get to it, that's why Chekhov's hair looks so funny, because it's the wig that they got. Yeah. And that's the first episode they shot was Cat's Paw. So anyway.
Well, I actually like this. Now, this episode is probably the most sexist episode in all of Trek.
Yeah, but it was also the 60s. You got to kind of...
Yeah, I know. But I love that Apollo's like, you're so smart for a woman. It's like, wow, dude, really?
For a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, it lands a little bit differently in today's culture. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think I would give it an A, but where are you guys thinking?
Well, I actually wrote down B/A minus, so I'm cool. I could give it an A. But
I would go A.
Right.
I watched it fully a week ago, and
so it's one of the few episodes that Jason's actually watched.
Yes, according to Thomas, yes. No, I quite like the episode. I know as a kid I would have rolled my eyes at it, but it's a much better episode than a kid might necessarily think.
And so Thomas says, so I like sexism. Well, when it's done right, sure. All right, so the only question here...
hey, Twinkle, I've had a super busy day. I don't know if you saw earlier where you can put the dumbass graphic up again. Apparently, I paid $100 to have somebody put $15 worth of antifreeze in my car, which was aggravating. I got your packages today, so thank you. I just wanted to let you know. I meant to call you, but it's been just
Oh,
go,
okay,
go,
don't talk about
go.
your drug deals somewhere else, okay?
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Jason like Kirk hitting on teens and salty.
First of all, Kirk was flirting with a 300-year-old woman. Get it straight.
She was not a 300-year-old woman. She was a 300-year-old prepubescent girl.
Okay. She was a 300-year-old 13-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but
Still
you
counts.
can't take
Still
a
counts.
girl with the maturity of a 13-year-old, and just because she's been chronologically around for 300 years doesn't make her a sophisticated woman.
No, Brian, it was $100. $150. I might have murdered somebody because I didn't have $150. I literally had $105.
In related news, there is a missing person
5.
in Nevada that people are...
Yeah, if I see some weird Twitter news thing, like if Donut Operator does a video about some random like mechanic guy found in a ditch in Nevada,
All right, so
I won't call you.
I have an alibi. I was live on camera with you, gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Danny, I don't know if you noticed, but we did add a category on the list there. So there's
S plus, and it's funny because I have 3 of them on this list.
Yeah, the only question
on.
I have is this one S plus or S, and that is the ultimate computer.
S plus, baby.
S plus.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I watched that last night, and
dude,
it is such a good episode.
It still holds up to this fucking day, especially with the
that's what we were talking about,
everything going on here
that we have now. It's almost creepy. It really is.
Yeah, when you consider modern warfare and the insane, like not to go too long onto this at all, but if you look at all the footage that's come out of Ukraine in the last 2 years,
could I have Twinkle? Thanks for that. That's lovely. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, and even your mom told you to just piss in the radiator. That would have
yeah, that might have actually done some long-term damage, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you look at all the footage coming out of Ukraine and you think about the craziness, like Ukraine, like think about this: Ukraine has no navy. They've sunk 7 Russian Navy ships.
What the hell world are we living in when Thomas Potts agrees?
Yeah,
with Salty. This is
so this episode is prescient all the way to now.
Yeah. It really is, and if you guys haven't seen it in a while, I highly recommend giving it a rewatch. It
is a very solid episode, and also one of the few episodes of TOS that has some serious combat in it.
Yeah.
So. All right, so next up is probably the single most popular episode of the original series. Not my favorite, but a really good episode.
I knew it.
Yeah, The Trouble with Tribbles. Now, we do know now that if you get past the hair, it's all meat.
If you don't like this episode, you're secretly a genetically flipped Klingon.
So I don't pick on me, but my notes: S plus, funniest TOS episode ever. That's literally what I wrote here.
Totally okay with that score.
All right, so and you know what? I would put it in S as opposed to S plus, but I can see S plus because it's just so dang popular.
Yeah.
If it is the single most popular episode,
and just all the nonsense. I mean, tell me you don't love the fact that dude is just floating around in the bar trying to keep everyone from knocking his drink out of his hand.
That bar fight scene was one of the best bar fight scenes in television.
It's such a good episode. They revisited it with Deep Space Nine, which was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Trials and Tribulations, I think it's the name of that episode. Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have Return to Tomorrow. That's a weird poster he made for this one.
I don't know. It's kind of cool. The eye,
Yeah, but it doesn't really make sense to the episode. Like, nothing about this makes me think of it. Like, what? There was no giant eye, and why is the Enterprise? It looks like the eye is firing a beam. It doesn't really. It doesn't. I mean, it's not a bad poster, but it doesn't have anything to do with the episode.
Yeah,
that's all. Anyway, so Return to Tomorrow. That's the one with Sargon, right? I mean.
No, it's the one where they're trying to the dude's trying to basically possess Kirk.
Yeah, they're trying to take
Kirk
over
and
3
Spock.
bodies.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah,
chick.
and Dr.
I forget her
Pulaski.
name.
Yeah, Dr. Pulaski.
Yeah. Well, she's not Dr. Pulaski in the episode, but
No,
yeah,
I think I think that's the
dude,
thing.
she's gorgeous. She
right
is
there.
gorgeous,
Kirk is like, yeah, you want to talk about me versus Picard? I screwed Dr. Pulaski. So yeah, I think this is definitely, to me, this is an S tier. But what are you guys thinking?
I wrote B plus A minus on my notes, but I mean, you know,
I could go as low as A. I don't have a problem with that. But what are you thinking, Jason? You muted yourself again.
I've been muting myself because I've been chewing. I go with an A.
All right,
A. Okay,
I'm all right with A. All right. So next up is A Private Little War, the Vietnam episode.
This is this and Piece of the Action are 2 of my guilty pleasures when it comes to Star Trek.
Really?
I love this episode.
See, this one is not one of my favorites, honestly.
Really?
No, I don't like the Vietnam parallel thing. You know,
maybe it's because you're older than me. That could be it. You know.
Yeah, well, because when I remember the Vietnam War.
I don't. I wasn't even alive. Yeah. So
right.
You know, there's that. You're old.
You remember the
tail end.
The tail end. Everybody coming home, basically.
Yeah.
When Nixon shut it down.
Yeah. I again, this I like this one quite a bit. I actually I put A on my notes here. Is what I would give it. You know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a solid enough episode.
Damn, Ben One Eye says a D.
Wow. I wouldn't go that low.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Like the lowest I would go would be like a B. And that's only because there are story elements I didn't care for, but I thought it was a well-made episode.
Well, dude, and it furthers the conflict with the Klingons. You know, I love this episode. Like I said, it's a guilty play because it is kind of goofy. It is kind of goofy.
But see, now, and this is one thing about the original series that unfortunately they then just kind of dropped by the time we get to TNG and in the movies even, is we're still dealing with the Organian peace treaty. So the Klingons and the Federation can't just fight each other. They have to find ways to fight indirectly, and this is one of those episodes. So,
say that again. I'm sorry. Somebody texted me, and I
you didn't care.
No, I do care. No, that's why I'm asking.
Kidding. I'm saying this is an episode where they actually follow the Organian peace treaty. There's some, because the Klingons and the Federation can't just fight each other; they have to do it indirectly through third parties and stuff. And so, like in this,
they're playing these little these furry people, whatever. Like they're playing them like pawns,
right?
Well, that's the whole point, because it's the whole proxy war thing, which is actually kind of funny. That as much as it wasn't perfect, the funny thing is that it was closer than people realize, considering how many proxy wars continued on after Vietnam.
Yeah.
See,
and Trouble with Tribbles, especially like Trouble with Tribbles, Chekhov actually mentions the Organian peace treaty.
Yes,
but at least in which is, I know it's a season 3 episode, but when we get to Day of the Dove, Kang even mentions that the Klingons have abided by the treaty. So
that's actually. Oh, I can't wait till we get.
Well,
that's actually one of the few good episodes in season 3.
Yeah, because what's funny is, even though this was 68, in 73, Yom Kippur was the Israelis were heavily funded by the U.S. and all the Arab nations were heavily funded by the Soviet Union.
Right.
Proxy war. And then you had, comically enough, you actually had China tried to invade Vietnam after the Americans left, and Russia backed Vietnam.
Right.
Well, Tristan says B. I mean, that's weird. Better than Ben's D. I mean, I'm not gonna die on my hill of an A, but that's what I wrote down.
Right. So. Well, I'll let Jason be the deciding vote on this one, wouldn't you?
I like what it brings up. I kind of lean towards the A because I know what it's trying to do. and you got to remind yourself to not beat it up because it's a show
And
from
like
the 60s.
I don't know what you guys think.
And I have a little bit of a bias against it because Roddenberry wrote this one.
Oh, he did.
Yes,
I did not realize
this
that.
is one of the few. This is one of the few actual Roddenberry stories.
I don't know if it's readily available, but at the end, I'd like to if we have a screen cap of last week's to compare. When
I do actually have a screen cap of last week.
I think that would be cool
because when we finish this one, I was going to put them side by side.
Yeah, because I have a feeling this is probably going to be the best rated season of Trek.
That's what I said that like an hour ago. So yeah.
Well, sorry, I was yelling at a mechanic.
Yeah, I know. All right, so this is another one that is it S? Is it S plus? Piece of the action.
Oh my god! I just mentioned this one. S plus. This is. I love this Fizbin baby.
It's a great episode.
Fizbin is freaking awesome.
Except for on Tuesday.
Yeah. Captain, you are an excellent starship commander, but as a cab driver. So
yes, he definitely leaves much to be. This is S plus in my opinion. I love this.
It's a top of the heap for this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to fight on that one. All right.
Yeah.
This is another one that, and Thomas says S plus. We're agreeing with Thomas a lot here. We got
wow. What the hell kind of mirror universe are we in?
We haven't gotten to mirror yet. Just give it a few minutes. But we do have this is why, like, season 2, and I did say this. I think season 2 is the best season of Star Trek. Period.
I agree. No, I literally just said that.
Yeah,
I literally just said that. Yeah.
I don't think that anything's not TNG, Deep Space Nine. I don't think that anything's going to compare to TOS season 2.
No, yeah.
Because here we go,
agree.
Another classic episode that everybody remembers, Patterns of Force.
Oh my god!
The John Gill, is he here?
Yeah.
Dude,
we have
they tried doing something like this in Enterprise. Remember with the alien guy?
Yeah, the aliens getting involved in World War II.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
It didn't. But this episode, this is
well, and the whole idea, like, it's kind of interesting because remember, this was made in the 60s. This is only 20 years after World War II. And one of the things that they acknowledge is that Germany in the 1940s was one of the most efficient nation states in history.
No homo. But Spock's chest hair is pretty on point in this episode too.
Wow, dude.
Well, it is. I mean,
and you do get the whipping scene that people like to use of Kirk and Spock.
Yeah,
I like that Spock just stands there as they're whipping him.
Man, I almost feel like we're going to devalue S plus because I kind of like I wrote S plus on my notes. For
well,
this.
keep in mind
we
will get to season 3, so it's
yeah.
The balance will be returned to the universe.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So are we thinking S plus on this one, Jason?
It's a really good.
See, that's why I added S plus to this. I knew for
we're gonna run into the text here in a minute.
Oh yeah, but for season 3 there will be an F minus. So
well, I mean, got Spock's brain and.
Hey, will you guys stop ragging on Spock's brain?
Spectre of the gun.
I'll give you Spectre of the gun. It's pretty dumb, but all right. All right,
there's so many bad episodes. It's like they just gave up caring.
But another great episode coming up here, the Omega
Glory. Oh my God. Captain Tracy, you poor bastard.
Captain Ron Tracy is one of the best psychopaths we saw in Trek.
Right.
Because at first he just seems like, oh, look, another starship captain. But then by the end he's like, yes, these people live forever. We can take advantage of this. Don't you understand?
I still wrote B, though, in my notes. So there's that.
Wow, Ben, One Eye, and Renegade think F.
What?
F?
I could see going as low as a B or an A, but F?
Yeah. No.
There's not an F in season 2.
B is what I wrote. Oh, and I'm noticing on the poster here, apparently Gene wrote this episode as well. So
yeah,
I don't know if he wrote this one or if it's just a created by, but we'll...
It says written on the poster.
I'd kind of go a little bit more on the B side because it was a little. I mean, now this, of course, and I mean, I'm a
little on the nose with the.
I'm a big fan of America. However,
not really. You're Canadian.
However, hey, I
Oh,
got
no,
family and friends. It's not just, you know, a
That's like saying
convenient
I know
place.
a black guy. Come on.
Wow. So hey, Trustin says B. B's a solid.
I
This
don't
is
even
what
know
I
how to
wrote.
reply to that.
Don't you just ignore it? You no sell it. You just let it go.
I know a guy, man. Hey,
All right, so even it is a solid episode.
It says the dude married to a black woman. Like you know, so
that's just, it's funny. I actually I was at work. This was many years ago. I was at work and these guys I was on break, and this was back when I was a smoker. So there's like this smoking area. I came out and was having a cigarette with these guys, and one of the guys, I'd never seen this guy before, but he was talking to one of the other guys. He was a black dude, and he was talking.
so he was black, huh? Is that relevant to the story?
Yes, it is relevant to the conversation. That's what I'm telling you. And so, he was complaining about like the way that black people were treated given certain circumstances. Now, the guy he was talking to was white, right? And I walk in, I walk into the conversation. And I said, "Oh man, I totally understand what you're saying." And he looked at me, he was like, and he said, "How the F do you know anything about what it's like to be black?" And so my friend, who was the white guy he was talking to, says, his wife is black. And he's like, "Oh."
So that reminds me of a conversation I had with my boss a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into it here. Look at Value of Nothing says that some guy named Jammer gave this a 1 star out of 4.
Really? For Omega Glory?
Yeah.
Wow.
kind of rough.
Yeah.
What is he, a communist?
It's not the great. It's not the greatest episode, but it's not.
I was going to say A. I wasn't going to give it an S, but I'm okay with the.
Oh,
B,
so you compromised with B? Okay, yeah. See, I mean, come on, guys.
But
they're not.
But here's the funny thing, and this is what we lack in society these days. So that guy, he apologized for making the assumption about that I wouldn't know anything about what black people go through after he found out my wife was black. But here's what happened next is that so then I started, like, every time I'd see him on break, I'd make fun of him as being the black guy, right? And just because we got a little chuckle out of it. Yeah. But then one day after work, he's in the parking lot talking to some people in his department, because we worked in totally different departments, and I'm walking towards my car that happens to be near them, and he turns around and he sees me and he's about to wave to say hi. And as soon as he does, I go, "Oh my God, he's got a gun!" And I jump behind the car.
Oh no!
Everybody there freaked out. They thought I was being.
Hold up.
He was busted up laughing so hard.
No, that's like when hold up. That's like when Data pushes Beverly Crusher off of
exactly.
No, that's not funny, bro.
No, actually, the thing is that he and I both got a great laugh out of it. Everybody else freaked out.
Nobody else did.
That was the fun of it, is that everybody thought I was being racist.
But you were on the West Coast at the time, though, right?
Yeah, this was in Oregon.
So that actually would have worked.
Oh, yeah, in the South, they would have just whipped out their guns and shot me. I wouldn't have.
Dude, yeah. Texas is out of their GD minds, man. They're talking about secession again. Like,
speaking of being out of your GD mind, obsession. I love that poster. I love that poster.
I do too. Yeah.
So this is the episode where we get a little backstory on Kirk. We find out that he was a lieutenant on the Farragut. That he was a weapons officer, and that he felt personally responsible when the ship was decimated by the cloud monster.
Yes, and he runs into it. No, I like this episode a lot, especially because it's always nice when we get backstory. Like, getting it in like Strange New Worlds is one thing, but getting backstory in the original series was always like a treat.
Yeah.
Well, especially considering they had, that, the year before, they'd never thought that this would ever be a thing to do this.
So I wrote on my notes, Kirk is the man, my lifelong hero. This is an S+. So, but it doesn't have to be.
I would. Okay, I'll be honest. I love this episode, but I wouldn't quite go an S plus. I would go S because I do think we can't give everything that's great an S plus.
I know. That's why I told you, man. My S plus.
And by the way, notice we haven't done a single S yet. It's all been S plus.
I'll give it this much. I'll say this is the reason why it should only go to S, because it really threw down hard on Red Shirt.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
There was
they slaughtered a lot of red shirts in this one.
I know the series in the
Renegade 79 says S. Trustin says S.
Yeah, S.
Thomas Potts
S
says A.
plus.
Okay, no S. I'm cool with S.
S.
I'm cool with S.
About as high as you should
All
go
right,
on this
so
one.
we'll go S.
I don't know, man. Kirk is, thanks to my mother, who may or may not still be here. I mean, he was my archetype for a man. What a man should be.
I think William Shatner may be your actual father.
God, I wish that were true. Oh my God.
All right, so S plus. There's no question.
Oh, dude, yeah. Come on.
Uhura's outfit alone gets the S plus.
Dude, I mean, other than her painted abs in the scene where she's walking backwards, all sexy, like with the knife.
Let me just say, this episode put me through puberty right here. That's
dude, yeah, dude.
Uhura was so hot.
Hold up. No, hold up. I got to show you guys this. Where is it? Classic episode and Uhura. Good God, GAWD. That's literally what I wrote.
Yeah.
I said, good God.
Yeah, as soon as they end up in the transporter pad and she's wearing that outfit, I'm like, okay, this is my favorite episode.
Yeah. It's like, wow, Mom, what's happening to my penis? This is weird. I'm like 5. I don't understand what's happening.
I don't understand, but I like it.
Although it was comical, they literally painted abs on her.
Yeah. Although even the Uhura thing aside, bearded Spock loved him.
Yeah.
And by the way, supports my theory that the Vulcans are evil because bearded Spock is good.
Look at this. We get Thomas Potts S plus, Melphis Sky S plus, Trustin S plus.
And TMI from Salty Amalfi's.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Well, and what's funny is these many years later, the reason why we know we can absolutely call this S plus is everybody kept going back to
They're still going back to
Discovery, Strange New Worlds, like like all of them. Yeah.
All right, so next up we have this one's not an S plus, but a solid episode that gets butchered by the Next Generation later, Metamorphosis.
Oh man,
where we meet Zephyrin Cochrane.
That's funny. I actually I gave this one a C. Yeah.
I don't know if I would go that low.
Well, that's fine, and I respect.
Yeah, that. I want to see where the chat and Jason, you didn't really give it a grade. I know when we talked earlier. So
no, it's more towards a B for me. I like the backstory that was brought in with this.
It bothered me.
It was kind of weird with how
if I may,
planet brought him to life or whatever.
They say his name in the beginning, so like the whole first half of the episode, you don't know his first name's Zephyrin. You just know he's Cochrane. And then like they keep talking about like, man, he looks familiar. And I'm like, first of all, wouldn't you guys know what this dude looks like? You know, like
you would think because he's like as big as like Einstein would be to us.
He's supposed to be a big deal. So that kind of bothered me. And then Cochrane was so offended by the fact that the little entity thing was in love with him, but the second it possesses a hot chick, he's down.
Yeah, he's okay with it.
He was all in on it. Yeah.
Well, but that's where Value of Nothing, I think, brings up it is actually an interesting study on sexual preference, because the alien was truly a non-binary creature.
It was non-corporeal. It was.
Although what's interesting, what is kind of interesting, and this is a real statement that you could argue about. When they create the universal translator to talk to it, and it has a female voice, and he's like, "Why did you program it with a female voice?" And Kirk's like, "No, male and female are universal constants.
Yeah,
that thing is a female."
Yeah.
And so I do think it's interesting. It
don't
makes
say
sense.
that. Don't say that to Bill Nye. He'll
I
get
know,
on to you.
but they do actually make statement about gender in this, and I
Yeah.
think it's interesting. So I would give it a high B, maybe even an A. But
wow, I feel like an asshole. No, I literally wrote C.
I would give
twice.
it a B.
You know, I'll allow a B. I'll allow a B.
So,
But no, there were just things in the episode that bothered me. Like, how the hell did they not? Why did they have to wait? What's your first name? Zephram. And then they all get it. I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
no, I get that. As soon as they heard his name was Cochran, they should have immediately.
They should have known. Yeah.
All right, and so
Well, actually, I don't know if that's 100% right that you should be so picky on that, because the whole idea of the way they refer to Lightspeed as Cochrane's and everything, that kind of got built into the lore after the fact. So we're kind of
I guess. Well,
on the outside looking
yeah,
in.
but remember, as soon as they said Zephyr Cochran, Kirk's like Dr.
Everybody.
Zephyr from Alpha Centauri, the creator of the
yeah.
space
inventor
warp.
of warp speed or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, I was
Space
like, come
Warp
on.
or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
It would be, and so he should be very recognizable. And even if it would be like I said, if you saw Einstein,
Look at this.
Bill
guy.
Nye works for the CIA.
but think about it.
I'll buy it.
If you ran into Albert Einstein, you would be like, wait, I thought you died. But you would know.
Bones is like, you died 150 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Journey to Babel, where we meet Spock's parents.
S
And
plus.
boy, this one definitely shows us that Vulcans are dicks.
Yeah.
This is the ex-wife. I have to take this. It could be.
So as I fill the time here, just for the fun of it, because we've actually touched almost all of these,
Yeah,
I figured I would grab all the scores out of IMDb
yeah.
and then reorder the list top to bottom.
Based on the IMDb scores.
Yeah. Mirror Mirror is number 1 at 9. Trouble with Tribbles is 8.8.
Okay.
Doomsday is 8.7.
Well, we haven't gotten to Doomsday yet.
I know, but it's Amok Time 8.6. Journey to Babel 8.5. Ultimate Computer 8. So like the top 6 episodes are just fighting with each other.
Yeah. So, she, ex-wives. She showed up unannounced. I got to go take care of something. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm giving this a S plus. Wherever it lands, it lands. But that's my goal.
What are you thinking, Jason?
I'm perfectly fine with S plus. It's a good episode.
Yeah,
you get Andorians. You
Yeah,
get
Tellarites, Andorians. We get more on. We find out about Spock's parents.
Yeah.
We meet. It was just one of Spock's ancestors was human. Now we actually meet his mom.
It's like, oh, his mom, ancestor. Not an inaccurate description.
Yeah.
Not exactly an appropriate use, but
Right. All right, so we are about halfway through them now.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting on the other end of the scale, we've done Omega Glory, right?
Yes.
That's actually the lowest scored episode on IMDb,
And that is in the B category, which is as low as we went so far.
and it's only a 6.1,
Right.
which is not awesome. It would technically, I think you consider 6 like a C, but still, I mean, 6.1, it's like a C plus.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, for the most part, we're fairly close to what the internet.
I think
considers.
I think season 2 is it does have so many great episodes. That's I mean
yeah, well, because if I won't read the names, but going down, how just listen.
Thomas,
to how tight,
yes, I have double and triple checked. I have all the episodes.
Well, I definitely have them all listed down in front of me because I cheat. So here's the numbers. So after Ultimate Computer, which was an 8, so we go 7.7, 7.6, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.4.
Wait, have we moved on?
No. I was
He's just reading number. Yeah,
like this. like everyone basically agrees that even the quote unquote middle of the road episodes are all solid episodes on the IMDb score. Like this is just a really good season of this show.
Oh, it is.
Speaking of another solid episode and another episode that in the future they should have made a reference to because TNG doesn't understand lore. Mud. You know what?
I always loved about this episode? This is the only time they brought back somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mud is their only real reoccurring villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, he shows up a third time in the animated series.
Yes, he does. And
voiced by the same guy, yeah.
Yes. And then I guess also in the Kelvin universe. But
yeah, well, I'm trying to block all of that from memory.
He also shows up in Discovery, but that's not Mud.
Yeah.
But
no,
so Ben I thinks it's an S. Renegade and Thomas both go A. I'm torn between S and A on this because I really like the androids and the concept of Norman and the way that it all works.
Yeah, but like the rapey part, I don't know. I put A. I gave it
I'm
an
more
A
towards the A myself.
What's the rapey part? What's the rapey part? Who raped somebody?
Well, I mean, they're sex slaves, these androids, basically.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you see, how many years before Next Generation and the chicks start telling Chekhov how they're fully functional? We just missed they're programmed in multiple techniques. That's the only thing we didn't get. Let's see. Your devices are connected. Yes, I know. Jeez.
Man, you got to work on your new phone.
I know, I do.
He's been out of the Android world for so long.
Yeah, I haven't had an Android phone in so long. I got to figure this crap out.
You should have went with the Pixel 8 personally, but
why? I don't want crap.
No, the Pixel 8.
They're actually really, really good.
That's the
but you know what?
The problem is Google is like direct sales only now, so you can't really usually get them on deals through the telcos anymore.
Well,
dude, right now, no, through T-Mobile right now, and I almost
I get half price on Verizon, dude. Why would I go T-Mobile?
Well, because you get the phone for free through T-Mobile.
I got $1,000 off.
Well, the phone is too damn much. If you still had to pay,
if $1,000 is a big deal, I know it's kind of.
I remember this is the S24 Ultra. I could have gotten the
regular. Oh, that's the Ultra. Oh, that's why it's got the 5. Okay,
yeah. So I could have gotten the regular S24 for free, but instead I went with the Ultra, and then it ends up being like $200.
Oh wow, so that's frankly worth it because
it still freaks me out.
That is
like
a
weapon
spider
on the back of your phone. So
all those lenses.
Yeah, that is an absolute weapon. That phone actually even has a stylus in it, Danny.
Yeah, it does. It's the replacement for the Note.
Yeah,
and so Anyway,
whoa,
and that's true, Renegade. Yeah,
no,
hey, that's 100% true. Come on, how many times has your internet just mysteriously dropped in the middle of something?
Well, that's the internet, not the phone.
You're muted, Danny.
Yeah, he's doing that on purpose, of course.
Yeah, no, I'm just it's not the phone.
Yeah,
the phone is superior.
So, speaking of weird eyes and stuff, how about the immunity syndrome?
A superior.
So that's the giant space amoeba.
Yes, I'm looking at my notes.
Most of my memories are polluted by the fact that the only times I ever saw this when I was younger, and the space amoeba just made me laugh.
I kind of like. Here's one thing I like is that, and the original series. This isn't the only time they've done this, but they've created an alien that is truly alien.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and I like that. I do. I really like that.
So I put A-B+ in my notes here, which I'm fine with A or B. It wasn't. I don't know. To me, this isn't like a standout episode. Although it was one of the episodes. Like I watched the first few minutes and I was like, oh, okay, I ain't got to watch the rest of this. I remember it. Yeah.
I like this episode a lot. I know the chat is basically going A. It looks like.
Okay, I'm cool with A.
I won't fight any ranking on it because it's been so long since I've watched it, and I know that.
Yeah, you'd have to look it up and have IMDb.
Yeah, exactly. I just know that for me, it's broken in my brain because the whole giant amoeba thing just kind of.
And so next up, we have the Gamesters of Triskelion. What an episode this one is.
Look, this episode, honestly,
this is goofiness to the extreme.
It's not a bad episode.
Right.
I won't say any lower than a B, but I don't know that I could go higher than a. I can't go higher than a B though, because it's too full of tropes.
Come on, man! You get Kirk and Uhura getting puppeteered, basically. Come on, this was I wrote A. I wrote A.
I don't know. I mean,
so,
if you guys go A, it's A. But
well, let's see. We got B, B, B.
Chat seems to be going B.
B. I'll go B.
I mean, I would go A, but I can see B on this one. I don't want to overrate everything on this season.
Yeah, no, I know, right? That's the problem with this season. It's like you could easily.
All right, so next up we have Friday's
Child. Oh my God! I was just talking to you about this last night, wasn't I?
Yeah, the one that has the Klingon whose name is Klingon.
Hello, Klingon.
And they kill the red shirt like right off the bat.
Yeah,
they just, like,
Klingon.
Yeah.
It's almost as good as the Captain. I see something.
Yeah.
So I wrote B, but I see the chat's overwhelmingly saying C here.
Look. I was
Leonard
trying
James
to watch this.
Aka R, and you're gonna say C. Come on, guys.
I was trying to watch this episode a few months ago, and man, it was just.
It is not the best episode. I'm not gonna lie.
For me, it's a C. It's kind of.
You know what? We need a C. I'll
allow it. It's kind of.
I would say C on this one. It's not. Here's the thing. Almost nothing.
Are you sure they never named that Klingon? He's just
no.
Klingon?
His name is Klingon.
Let me check on IMDb, but
he is just Klingon.
Friday's Child, B for baby. That's what I was saying. Value of nothing, but
So did you find it, Mr. Researcher?
It is Keel, Chekhov, Akar, Scott, Eileen, Mob, Sulu, Grant, Capellian. That's gonna make me go to the long list.
Don't worry about it. It's not that important. I believe Michael.
It's Jason. He's not gonna.
It just goes. It goes uncredited, uncredited. Grant Durr. Maybe he's Durr.
Hi, my name is Durr.
It doesn't say Klingon in the list in here at all.
Oh, I didn't even get to. Oh, we breezed. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
What?
No, I was looking at some of my notes I wrote for episodes we've already just
gone past.
Okay. Yeah. So,
well, you should have said something.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Next up, we have The Deadly Years.
The Deadly Years.
Where Chekhov gets saved by his adrenaline rush.
So, here's never mind.
By the way,
we'll talk about when we get to that episode.
Technically, the second appearance of the Romulans, I believe. Even though we don't actually see the Romulans in this one. We just see their ships. You remember they go across the neutral zone and they get surrounded by Romulan ships and almost blown to pieces because of.
But we don't see.
We don't see any actual Romulans. We just see their ships.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now I really like this episode. I
do too. This is where they all. This is the one where they all get old, right?
Right.
This was
unfortunately, Scotty should have ballooned up and gotten fat. This is.
I'll be honest with you. Unfortunately, this is one I didn't. So I'm going purely off memory. This is one I did not get to even rewatch the first couple minutes of because I just ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember this is like Kirk gets all gray in this one, right?
Right. This one opens up with them going to a research station to check up on everybody, and the 20-year-old guy that runs the research station is played by like an 80-year-old actor.
Okay.
And his wife, who's also like 20-something, she's also in her 80s, and then they die of old age just a couple of days later, and they're trying to figure out why, and then all of a sudden they start aging.
Yeah.
And
Damn. See,
I'm
gonna have to defer to you guys because like
I have to bow
kind
out
of
on this one too.
Yeah, I kind of remember it, and I really wish if I'd had one.
I'll be honest with you. I would give this one an A. But I know the chat is kind of mixed. I see a few A's and see a few lower ones, but I would say A because I think this is a classic Trek disease episode.
Damn it!
And this
is there a trailer I can watch for this? Like that
I'm
would
sure
be
there
nice.
is. Look on
I'm
YouTube.
skipping around in the Netflix of the episode. I don't remember this at all.
No, I remember. I remember because I remember thinking, "Damn, Kirk can pull the gray off."
It's like a better version of Miri because you don't have the pedophilia, but they're all dying of a disease.
Dear God, man, what is it with you?
He's
and
obsessed
Miri?
with this.
Yeah. All right, the Deadly Years. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna watch a little. There's a little clip here. It's not a trailer, but it's a clip. Give me just a second, if I.
All right. So Danny is now watching a clip from the Deadly Years to help us decide how to rank the Deadly Years.
Oh my God, Bones!
I'm just an old country doctor.
He did the whole
Yep.
thing.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that he acts extra Southern, just like he does in TNG when he shows up in Encounter at Farpoint.
I don't see any points on the mirrors, boy.
Yeah, it's like, why is it all of a sudden you're like extra Georgia?
Yeah, he dialed it up just a little too far.
Yeah, Thomas is shocked that you don't remember it, Jason.
Oh, I'm sure he's just blown away.
I mean, I'm gonna teeter between because A and B, and the reason I'm saying that is because if it were really an A, it would come flooding back to me. I'm watching this clip and I actually don't remember the whole. All I remember is
but the whole point is Kirk doesn't remember. Maybe you don't remember because you're secretly empathizing with Kirk.
Maybe.
Kirk gets put into a competency hearing because his mind is going.
Yeah.
And that was actually a good scene.
And he looks solid with that gray hair. Although, I mean, Spock and McCoy are looking rough. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking through here, I just got to one with McCoy, and man, he's looking real bad.
Yeah, he's looking rough.
Well, I mean, he's the oldest of the bunch anyway, so
yeah. Well, then, what is the chat saying? I'm A B. I'm somewhere teetering
look,
between
look, Trustin. This one is always a skip.
Wow,
wow,
that's ouch.
See, you know what? I'm probably going to watch this after tonight's show.
What else are you guys thinking on this one? So on the Deadly Years, I think it's an A. Jason doesn't remember the episode at all, and Danny is like teetering between A and B. So what? Chat, you guys got to help us decide. Mouthy says
A. Look at this.
Woo!
Shots fired there.
Oh man.
Hey, sorry. I know you get mad at me when I say stuff about Sleepy Joe, but fuck that guy. So,
dude, come on now.
Renegade says A. Let's go with A. We'll go with A. Yeah.
Man, you guys in your
dude. I'm sorry.
Look, as a side note, just to put a pin in this, because I know Mike,
we're about to enter a recession thanks to Biden.
Okay, hold on. No, stop. That didn't just get said because I got to make this point. Mike, I know you harped on this kind of stuff a lot, but you do have to take it on the chin on this one thing.
That's it.
The federal court has literally ruled he's too senile to stand trial. That is on the record.
Hold on. I am not saying that. Look, and in fact, I was talking to my wife about it earlier today. I said,
how is it he can run for president again? That doesn't make sense.
Hold on, Danny, give me a second. So Donald Trump got hit with $355 million in fines for his fraud today,
which I also had a good laugh at.
Right.
Too, yeah.
So
Wait,
right now,
just what happened? What happened today?
His fraud case in New York.
Don't hug the mic because it clips.
Yeah, sorry. His fraud case in New York, he was hit with a $355 million fine, and he can no longer do business in the state of New York.
Trump?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa! I didn't know about
because
that.
of the
See, that's how busy I was today.
because of the horrible misvaluation of the Mar-a-Lago,
which he did. I mean, he did
the tower.
He absolutely did commit fraud.
Yeah.
And now he's convicted of it. So you can't say he's allegedly committed fraud.
No,
Wow. So we got a senile guy and a convicted criminal.
Right. That's what I
president.
said. So right now, your choice is incompetent or criminal. Take your pick. Do you want incompetent or criminal? That's literally your choice.
When are they going to put on the ballot no confidence?
I mean, my God.
You know what I mean?
Give me a candidate.
And in Canada, we just have incompetently criminal or criminally incompetent.
Yeah.
You can go either way.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
So, yeah, welcome to this is the world we live in. Yeah.
This is how I know I'm living in the
It's the Twilight Zone.
We're in the upside down, man. We're in the upside down.
This is the wrong time. I'm in the wrong timeline. This is the mirror universe.
Yeah.
This is what this is.
All right. So, by the way, S+ all the way, the Changeling.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's the Nomad episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no discussion. S+.
Yeah.
All right. So we all agree on the Changeling.
Nomad is more dangerous than the Borg.
Yeah. Nomad is. Yeah. Think about it. Nomad is, and by the way, this also shows what a wuss everybody in the Star Wars universe is, because at 80,000 kilometers, and Nomad's only a meter long, and they hit him with a photon torpedo with no problem. Meanwhile, in Star Wars, a 2-meter across target from 20 feet, a computer can't do it.
Yeah.
All right. So, sorry. No
for
contest.
all you Star Trek versus Star Wars guys.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thomas might not appreciate how far down the importance tier I have the original series in my mind. However, I am a Star Trek guy before I am a Star Wars guy.
Yeah. So Nomad is freaking awesome. I love Nomad.
Oh no, yeah, totally. Yeah. And I wish they actually would have brought him back.
And once I get my 3D printer back online, I'm going to finish making Nomad. I do have right here.
Oh yeah, you've got all the electrical
my
bits,
trash can is the lower half of Nomad.
Yes.
So
you've shown us.
So I will be making a full size Nomad, and I'm still mad at Life with Matthew for abandoning my project with Nomad, because I need someone that knows electronics to do the lights and stuff. Anyway, so speaking of S+, the Doomsday Machine.
Yes.
Oh God.
How can you
I thought we talked about this already.
No, this is how good season 2 is. Look at all these S+.
Oh my God, dude! Yeah, this is an S+ easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Doomsday Machine. Matt Decker. Enough said.
Yep.
What'd you call it? A sock or
He called it. Well, it's actually done out of a wind sock. He called it an ice cream cone, but it's made out of a.
Yeah, it's literally what they did was.
We just talked about this.
Yeah, we did
recently.
Yeah, the Doomsday Machine itself is literally a wind sock dipped in concrete. That's how they made it.
Yeah. Which is, frankly, is a shame why that they took that out in the remaster.
And it's canon. This is pedophile's dad.
Well, I don't
motion
think that's,
picture.
I don't think it's canon.
It is canon.
Is it canon or is it?
Where are you getting that it's canon from?
It's
one
of the novels. It's in the books.
It is in the novelization of the motion picture, the Alan Dean Foster book.
Yes.
But
so that's canon, isn't it? Isn't that canon?
No, it's only canon if it's on screen. And on screen, the only thing we have is that they happen to both be named Decker.
Yeah, so if I go look
and the pedo has a little pecker, if you remember that scene.
Well, yeah, we do know that. That's canon. It says, the size of Decker's penis is officially
in Memory Alpha.
It sounds funnier when you say Decker's pecker, because
they don't list any parents in the actual main bio.
Oh, they don't?
No, there's an apocryphal section that does list off.
It's got to talk about it because it is in the book.
Yeah, but it's not.
Dude, I should show you guys. I don't know. They're probably not worth anything, but I have like a stack of Star Trek books, probably like this high from the original series, you know, that are like Star Trek 1, 2, 3. They're literally just called like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know?
Yeah. Do you have the ones that are in the novelizations from the animated series? Those are all written by Alan Dean Foster. They're called the Enterprise Logs, and they are really good. What Alan Dean Foster did is they gave him creative license to write novella. How do you say it? Novellas. What do you call
a novella?
Yeah, so he wrote novellas of each of the episodes of the animated series. So it was an expanded version of it.
Thomas Potts is shooting shots at you there, Michael.
Which is why the triple timeline isn't canon. Says I never said it was canon. I just said
it's a theory. It's a theory.
It's the only theory that even gets close to making sense.
It helps explain the insanity that is the Star Trek continuity.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And so let's move on because we still got other great stuff to talk about, such as Cat's Paw.
Oh my God. Yeah. So this was the first episode they shot for season 2. I went down a rabbit hole on this because it was bugging me. I was like, man, this seems like this is clearly a Halloween episode. And it was. It came out October 27th, 1967. And and they go hard. They mention Trick or Treat twice. Bones says, I never did like Halloween is one of his lines. And then we get the giant black cat. We get some bad puppetry. Hold up.
We get the world's worst wig on a not Russian.
Yeah.
Well, it's his first episode, though. This was his first
But again, kind of like when I was talking about the amoeba, the aliens ended up being something totally alien.
And I actually wrote here in my notes, how did we leave Korob off of our villain rankings? Because he should have been in there.
Well, although not Korob, but the chick.
He kind of had I guess he had a redemption at the end, but the chick for sure.
Yeah, the chick, she probably should have been on their villain rankings, but she was dangerous. And
this was the most screen time DeSalle ever got.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I'll bet you credits to Navy Beans we can put a dent in it. I was like, wait a minute. So you're saying that I can bet a Navy Bean against cash? I'll take that bet. But yeah.
He's only in a handful of episodes, but this is his most screen time. Yeah.
Which is kind of an insult to, why is DeSalle in command of the Enterprise? There are lots of other officers.
No, you had Scotty, Sulu, Bones, Kirk, and Spock. All like, why is that the landing party? That doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, that's crazy.
Tristan, man, buddy.
D-. Wow. Yeah.
What?
And thank you, Mike Richards. It's Sylvia. She's the villain. And you do. And by the way, you do get to see her butthole. Now, granted, she's a cat at the time, but you do get to see her butthole.
You get the 3 witches. This leaned so heavy. I wish I could see the commercial from the 60s.
By the way,
on
am I the only one?
The Halloween episode.
Do you remember when Sylvia was trying to seduce Kirk and she transformed into all the different women? Am I the only person that thought, wow, she looked better in every form that wasn't the one that was her main form?
No, you know what? I thought
I was like, why can't you look like that? If I were Captain Kirk, I said, whoa, stay there. I like that.
The blonde hippie with the blue. Yeah, I was like, hey, that one, stay there. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a solid episode. It is really the only true Halloween episode in all of Trek.
It really is. Yeah. I wrote A on my list here.
What are you thinking, Jason?
It's like a B for me. It's just some of this stuff, and this is partially just because some of it comes off extra hokey.
But it is. Yeah, I get it.
It's
Thomas says B. Renegade
I'm a
says low A, high B.
Yeah, I mean,
Trustin says D minus. He's
I'm
crazy.
well, Trustin, you're crazy. I'm
Yeah, it's
teetering
not
between
Trek
A and B myself. So
Trek
I-
reviewer says C.
Trek
I guess
reviewer,
B.
come on now, that's a little.
I guess B's fair.
All right,
if we're
so we'll
gonna-
go B. We'll go B. It's notice that's still a good grade.
Yeah.
It's not like we're saying it sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have by any
10-1-9.
other name,
Name.
the one with the Kelvins from the Andromeda Galaxy, who, thanks to their belt buckles, can turn people into little styrofoam.
I'm convinced they stole that for the carbon unit idea, because even though you never see it in or carbon patterns, you never see it in the motion picture. But this movie comes to mind every single
Well, you
time.
think that's what happens?
That's
Yeah,
what Beecher
so-
does. It just turns them into these things. And
Yeah. So fun little trivia factoid, because again, I went down the rabbit hole on a bunch of these. There were only like 3 episodes I didn't get to revisit. This was episode 22 of season 2, but it was shot 21. It's the only one that's that close to its actual production date.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I do know that I will say this: it was ballsy of them to kill the chick. Remember when he turned the chick?
oh yeah, when he did I'm going to just gamble with these 2 balls. And,
and they actually crushed the chick in front of Kirk. And you
Although, because I don't
yeah.
want to get corrected in the chat, I said this was the closest. Do you guys know the episode that actually it was produced and aired in the exact order?
No, I've never
Episode 24 was the 24th episode shot.
Which
And we've
one
already
was
talked
that?
about it. The Ultimate Computer.
Okay.
Interesting.
Only one that came out exactly when it was supposed to, in my opinion, anyway.
So, but we're not talking about the Ultimate Computer. We're talking about by any other name. and like I said, I do. Yeah, when they crushed that ensign, I could feel that. And then when they reconstituted the black dude, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They killed the girl? I was absolutely shocked.
Yeah, I wrote S minus A plus in my notes here for this episode. So
It's definitely
so
A
Trustin
for
says
me.
S plus. Renegade says A.
It's
I
an
was
A.
leaning towards S, but I'll let you guys.
Well, I know. Well, if you and I say S and he says A, that's democracy rules. It's an S.
I lose.
Yeah, Thomas even says it's an S. Okay.
Wow. So, well, Thomas says it's an S. It must be.
Yeah.
There we go.
I watched this one last night, actually.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right, we have 4 more to go. Care to guess which one's next?
Are you sure? Because you effed up the other night.
Yes,
wanna
I
make sure.
double checked and I triple checked. I have them all.
All right, bread and circuses.
You are 100% right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Bread and Circus is the ultimate Christian episode. For all you people that think that Star Trek is completely liberal, watch this episode. This is an episode where not only do they talk about Christ as history, but they're
It's
helping.
all about the
Yeah.
Roman Empire, though.
Yeah, but they literally reenact the fall of the Roman Empire or the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote S minus A plus in my notes.
For me, it's an A. It's not quite S, and it's certainly not bad. And I really like what they tried to do. The only thing that kind of caught me off guard was
Value nothing says S plus. Trek Revere says A.
when I was
Thomas says
rolling
S.
through it a few days ago to refresh a few of the points. The one thing that kind of took me out of it was the fact that
Renegade says A.
everything happened in the space of 6 years.
What do you mean?
Like they weren't really they weren't stuck on that planet for anywhere near long enough to.
Oh, for
They had,
the other guy to become the.
Well, they learned English and they had cars and they had all this stuff. It's like in this mad hurry.
Well, no. Remember, this is just how this planet evolved. It just happened to be. It's one of those, because the original series,
Preston says A
for some
plus.
reason, half the planets are exact copies of Earth.
Oh, Well, no, but I thought he introduced
No,
a bunch
they
of
didn't become the Romans in 6 years. Just 6 years ago, the other ship got stranded there, and so they got
Contaminated
absorbed
everything.
into the Romans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But the Romans were already there.
So I'm leaning toward S, but it looks like
I
the
tend
chat,
to think S on this one myself.
most of the
but
chat's saying A. You know, we got
Yeah, it's kind of
Trustin
an
saying
it's
A,
called
Renegade
universal
saying
translator.
A.
Thomas says it's called a
saying
universal
A.
translator, Jason. And to be fair, in the original series, it did seem like just, hey, everybody spoke English and just get over it. You know, that was kind of their thing. So I'm leaning towards S. Thomas says S.
S. Yeah, I think this is an S, man.
Yeah.
Like you and I are saying S. So
Yeah.
you know.
And I do really, I'm sorry, but I know it's biased, but I do like the fact that this is an episode that affirmatively talks about Christianity,
I know.
which is such a rare thing,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right, so now my least favorite episode from season 2. What do you think it is, Danny?
Assignment Earth.
You got it.
Yeah.
Assignment Earth.
Backdoor pilot.
Yeah, it's a backdoor
We talked-
is right.
we talked about this
backdoor with
recently.
no freaking lubricant. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
They use time travel flippantly.
And I have to completely abstain from any ranking on this because I legitimately have zero recollection of ever seeing it.
What, dude? This is the one with the
Terry Garr and
Terry Garr's in it,
I
in the other
only-
black cat and the
this is
pilot.
the second butthole.
And this is the weird one with this is where the time travel with Star Trek 4 comes into play,
yeah.
right? Yeah. You don't remember this, Jason?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh
so-
man, no, boo on you. No,
Yeah.
this is required viewing.
Oh, it's going to go on to the must be watched to get caught back up because
Yeah, because so my biggest issue is the reason I wrote B on here and in my notes. I said that like, what the hell did they do? So basically, I feel like they
Wow,
at the end of it-
Thomas.
look at this.
what
Thomas is just vicious.
what a shocker, Jason. Yeah.
No, but Matthew is better than Jason. Do you know who Matthew is?
Oh, the guy. You
Yeah,
used to
Life
do
with
those-
Matthew. But
Yeah,
that's vicious, Thomas. That is
No,
vicious.
and I think you and I talked about this the other day. My biggest issue with this episode was they transport. So like two different dudes are on the Enterprise and learn about the Enterprise and are alive and learn about the future. But somehow, magically, when they're beamed back into themselves,
No, you're thinking of the wrong episode. You're thinking of Tomorrow's Yesterday.
okay, you're right. I'm thinking of Tomorrow's Yesterday.
Yeah, that's
You're
the
right,
one
you're
with
right.
the Air Force pilot and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No.
This is the one
okay.
with Gary 7, remember?
This is the one with Gary. Okay, this is the one with Gary 7. Okay, yeah. Okay,
And
never
Planet
mind.
X with a $5
Super chat.
Thank you so
Hey.
much, Planet X.
For
Says, "Late to the
$5, you can
party
be as late
again."
as you want to be as long as we're still
Yeah,
here.
hey, you give me money, I don't care how late you are. Yeah,
Dude, I was late to my own show, so it's all good.
yeah. Danny was really late. So
But I was,
I don't like that in this one. They act like time travel just isn't a big deal. And because they just go back in time because they want to observe what's going on
And
in
they
the
kinda-
60s.
and they kind of ruin it in Picard because they bring back the same.
Right, the Gary's organization, whoever they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Not only that, but the first of all, they make Kirk and Spock side characters in their own show. Right? Because this is
Yeah.
just Gary Seven's show, not Kirk and
Yeah.
Spock's show.
Yeah.
And you know what? Terry Garr, look, I think Terry Garr is a national treasure, but I hated her in this.
This wasn't this her first role? I think this was
I don't
her
think it was her
role.
first role, but it was definitely early in her career.
It was one of her first roles. if
I
not-
think she was already an established actress, though. Research
think so.
department.
Research, yeah, look that up. I don't think so. I think this was her first role.
No, I don't think it was. But I love Terry Garr, but I did not like her in this. No, in Young Frankenstein, she is awesome. But in this, yeah. But the
Well,
I
look,
don't know.
I I'm teetering between a now that I got my head right, because I was confusing this with Tomorrow's Yesterday.
So do not. Everything I know about this episode is purely clinical from having, either read up or talked about it or seen it talked about in other YouTube videos or whatnot.
And Plan X says, how many episodes are we J to the season? I'm not sure
So
what J
what is around J.
Yeah.
That's a typo of epic proportion.
Renegade says her first role was in a movie, A Swinging Affair. Like I said, I don't know her career that well from back then. I just know I do love Terry Garr from like in the early '80s and stuff. But this particular role I didn't care for. And I don't like the backdoor pilot thing. This is the one episode from season 2 that I truly dislike. I don't know that I would go F, Ben, but I would have no problem with the D.
Whoa. Yeah, no, I said CD. I'm not going below a D.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, I would not go F because
it's got Terry Garr in it, man. Come on.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, I just think from a technical aspect, it's not that bad.
Well, it ranks as a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, and like I said,
that would have been like a B or an A.
That's a B easily.
Yeah.
But I don't have any specific input in it. So
now I'm leaning more back toward I said CD, so now I'm leaning more towards C.
All right. Well, I'll go as high as a C. My gut tells me D, but I don't mind a C.
Well, hold up. Was it like Jason? You got no skin in this game?
No, Jason's not voting on this one because
no, I am totally. I have no.
What did the chat say? Is
the
C
chat's
fair
been kind of
chat?
mixed around it.
Some are like a flat out F. They do not like it at all.
Yeah. And I'm not willing to go to F.
We're not going to F.
Trustin says C.
We don't have any D. Oh, somebody said C.
Thomas says C.
C's good then. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Either people are kind of middling or they hate it.
Right.
Okay.
I only got 2 left. First up, we got the Trump episode.
Wow. You know what's funny about this in my notes here?
I love this episode.
I actually literally wrote, this is what I wrote. Kirk literally eats an apple in this episode. He literally does. So this is before Wrath of Khan. He's literally eating an apple in this episode.
Yeah, because he's an a-hole.
And what the fuck happened to... Sorry, Mom, didn't mean to cuss. What happened to Pavel and Martha? They were like a couple making out.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
And we never see that again. That was so weird. It's like...
they just needed someone for him to make out with, and so they just like, hey, he's dating this chick.
And then Kirk fires Scotty in this episode.
Yes.
You remember that?
This is the episode, though, that also canonizes that the saucer separation idea. Because he suggests to Scotty that they do that to escape.
And then I wrote, I have the most notes on this episode than any of them. Then I wrote, this episode seems like a complete and total violation of the Prime Directive. Let's talk about that. What do you guys think? Because doesn't it?
That was one of the... Okay, so this is one of the reasons that I ranked this one very highly. And thank you, Planet X, and another $5 super chat says, how many episodes are you into the season? We have one more after this one. So thank you so much for the $5. We are almost done, but we're not completely done with our conversation. So
this season had
and apparently I should be fired
in season 1.
Yes.
Well, Thomas always wants to fire me, so
that does. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it makes that a pointless request.
Yeah.
Well,
if
Thomas, if you can get me a better IT guy, I'm on it.
Oh
Get-
wow, really, Michael? That's beat up.
Hey, if I get a better art department than you, I'd fire you too. But
Wow. Well, hey, that reminds me. So, IT department, I need
Yes.
you to send me the specs of.
Oh yeah, for the yeah. I'll dig that out of the info and I'll send it to you.
Thank you. Yes.
yeah. So what I was going to say is that one of the things I really really like about this episode is that unlike so much stuff from the next gen era, especially when we get to Voyager and stuff, we are not simply told what is right and wrong. We get the whole debate between Bones and Spock about whether or not this planet that they should interfere with it. Now, Kirk makes the executive decision that we are going to interfere, and and this is another thing. Like the Prime Directive isn't religion in the original series. And so even though it's their highest law, Kirk is like, hey, this is not, we're not to interfere with the natural development on a planet. This is not natural development.
But so first of all, how is he to make that argument? Do we know, was the AI there first?
He's the captain of the Enterprise. That's how he is. That's his authority. He can make that decision. Now, if he is wrong, he will be court-martialed for it later. So he absolutely can make that decision.
I'm just curious, Michael.
Yeah.
If you know off the top of your head, cool. If not, research department. Who violated the Prime Directive more, Kirk or Picard?
Oh, Picard, easy.
Oh, Picard, easy? Okay.
Really?
I don't
he had 7 seasons. Kirk only had 3. So
it's not even the number of seasons. I think that with Kirk, every time people say, "Oh, he violated the Prime Directive," honestly, he was either under orders, which that's not a violation if he's under orders to do something, or it's a situation like in this episode where there is an outside influence that needs to be dealt with. In this case, Vol.
Well, all I know is I was a little put off by Kirk being all just nonchalant, like, Scotty, you're fired. And he's like, Bones, I'm responsible for the lives of 400 people. They're all going to die now because of me. But then 2 minutes later, he comes up with a plan to save them all. He's like, Scotty, you're hired again. It's like, come on, man. Come on.
But that
Fickle
was
much? But
you see, that was Kirk. Kirk made remember, he didn't just say out of the blue, Scotty, you're fired. He said, if you can't do it, you're fired. Because you know the ship better than anybody.
That's true. And then Scotty did say, I guess I'm fired. And,
right.
And that's when Kirk says, yeah.
And by the way, he knew, both Kirk and Scotty knew Scotty was about to die. Right. It wasn't like he was actually officially firing him.
I know, but it was... and the funniest gag for me, this is I told you I wrote a bunch of notes about this episode in particular for some reason, is when Spock tries to equate Kirk to Satan, and then Kirk retorts.
Yeah, is there anybody on the ship that even looks like Satan?
Remotely like Satan? And then Spock's like, and he's like, I kind of figured you'd say that, Mr. Spock.
Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times in total for Kirk, and one of them does include the apple.
Right.
Yeah.
And I bet you I can defend at least half of those.
Picard is definitely off.
That would be a fun members video. We should do that.
Oh, like put them on trial for their various.
Yeah. That could be fun.
We need who's going to be the impartial judge? Jason?
No. Because he's the ref.
Because that would just actually,
you're the
Let's
defense
do that.
attorney. I'm the prosecuting attorney, and he's the judge.
Let's do that because that is just drive Thomas around the bend.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
All right, we'll work on that. But so the apple, where are we going to put it? I would go S, to be honest. I really love this episode.
I put B plus A minus in my notes, but I wouldn't argue with S. If Jason says
I didn't have the chance to rewatch it, and I know that it's on the short list of ones I needed to for this. All of my memories are from when this episode just made me laugh. So either I'm gonna unfairly
see what's the chat
it,
say. What's the chat say?
Or I have to abstain. One of the.
Come
two.
on, chat, vote. Man, I have not been looking at how many people we got. I have not been.
We
paying
currently have
attention.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, come on, guys. Give us.
Jason
give
would be
us.
perfect. He knows nothing about Trek, so he won't be biased. That's true.
See, okay, so
Nice.
even Thomas approves of you being the judge.
Thomas is on point with the sharp wit tonight.
I will be the prosecuting attorney. Michael can be the defense attorney, and you're the judge.
Samuel T. Cogley will have nothing on me.
Yeah, this will be great. All right, so we got Trek Reviewer says S, Renegade says B. Trustin's got no memory of this one. You know,
Wow,
it's a
Trustin,
good,
really?
yeah, it's a dude. How not?
It's the one with all the
it's
Trumps.
the one with all the Trumps.
In it. Yeah.
Oompa Loompa. Well, before
Yeah.
Trump, I used to call them Oompa Loompas. Because that's what they look like.
Yeah, but they're too big to be Oompa Loompas. That's it.
Thomas says C. Planet says A.
Man, they are all over the place.
Yeah, see,
I
I would
really-
if I was just going to go with my remembrance of this episode, I'd go with C.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to give it an S, but I won't go below an A, man. This is a good episode. Kirk is literally eating an apple in an episode called The Apple. Come on.
On the
Come on, man.
nose, maybe?
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit, but okay. So Danny and I were saying S. We'll go to A. How's
Okay. I guess that's a fair compromise.
All right. Last episode of the season. What is it? Hey, don't look at your notes.
Why not?
Cheating.
Well, even though I'm looking at my notes, I couldn't tell you.
It is.
Dun 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 dun. Amok time.
Yes. How
S
could you
plus.
not remember
S plus. Give me a break.
Amok
Well,
time?
it's right to the
Jim. You know, that's my favorite. That's my favorite Spock scene ever.
I am pleased.
Well, and it's like it's somehow or another also not cheesy, even though it looks cheesy.
Right. The only thing
Yeah.
that's cheesy
Dude,
about it is the fact that
everybody's
it was
agreeing.
made in the 60s. Yeah.
Renegade S plus. Melphis easy S plus. Thomas
Yeah.
S plus.
This is one of
come
the.
on. Yeah.
This episode has the most iconic fight scene in 60s television.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Dun,
No, that's the wrong song. It's dun 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 dun.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, yeah, this one and you know just the Lurpa, the Womb, all the stuff we learn about Vulcan culture, to Pring, Ston.
This is the first time we see. This is the first time we.
Hello?
This is the first time we see this signal.
Yeah, the Vulcan salute.
Yeah.
This is the first time we get "Live Long and Prosper." You know, is in this episode. You know, like this is iconic, man. This is
Not to mention, come on, Kirk getting his shirt cut open.
I mean,
That's like
what's that line
like,
from Galaxy Quest? Any excuse to get your shirt off? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I see you managed to get your shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a truly, truly great episode.
Look at this. We got to compare last week's to this.
Oh, yeah,
look
we will in just
look
a
how
minute.
top heavy this season is, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
But yeah, the fight scene in this is so off the charts good. So the lowest
26.
rank.
Okay, you got them all.
I told you I got them all. I double checked.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did double check.
All right.
Yeah, the Plomex soup. There's so much.
I thought it was
iconic-
Plomeek.
Or
Is it Plomeek?
however you say it. Vulcan soup.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so much stuff that it originates from this episode. And you know, the one thing that seems a little weird to me is that T'Pau, who is one of the most powerful people on Vulcan, officiates at Spock's wedding, but his parents don't show up.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
But his parents do show up a few episodes later.
So I Oh, I had a brain fart. Never mind. I was gonna ask something.
All right. So now keep in mind, up to this point, the last season we did, season 1, was actually really good. But
Yes, but well, they had 3 more episodes than this season.
But here's the side by side on them.
Oh yeah.
So you can see, so season 1, a lot of A, B. In this one, it's S plus.
Season 1 is the middle finger. Season 2 is the shocker, right?
Yeah.
Man, all I want is one in the pink.
Wow, dude, you really went there, huh?
It's the shocker, baby. Yeah.
Jason, you are not the one that's supposed to go there.
Look, if you only knew the level of restraint. This is why we're not supposed to be telepathic, because I'm always there. I just never say it.
Oh man, if humans were telepathic, it would be so horrible. I mean, you'd read the mind of any guy, and you just see all sorts of porn flowing through their head. You know.
Oh God.
So
TMI, but I have to tug one off every morning when I wake up.
Dude, we don't need to know that. Okay,
I was just kidding. It was a joke.
I don't think it was. That's the problem.
I think Sarek was off commanding a Romulan ship at the time of this episode. He might have been. At least last.
Well,
season.
and keep in mind, Stan was also on that Romulan ship. He was the officer that got demoted by the unnamed Romulan commander.
Yeah.
So, except his name was Fedicius, I think, something like that. But yeah, so anyway, but yeah, Lotus last season we had a D and an F, nothing below a C this season.
Yeah.
The only thing that last season outperformed on was S tier, but that's because S plus tier got so much.
Yeah, it kind of
shifted. It just threw it off.
So that's not saying anything.
Yeah.
Come on. And we're never going to see
thank you, Mike.
We're never going to see this many S pluses again in any season of Star Trek.
I don't think so. No.
Super chat.
And Planet X wants to know, why is there an S plus category?
Because season 2 necessitated it, brother. That's why.
It was
because
it's just that good.
Yeah, with season 1, there are 3 episodes we put up there: City on the Edge of Forever, Balance of Terror, and I can't remember what the third one. Space Seed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because they're just so much better than everything else,
and they're iconic for so many reasons as well. Yeah.
The problem is with season 2, and it's a good problem to have. Season 2 had so many good and great episodes that honestly, and you can see almost half the season ends up being in that super duper category.
Yeah.
And I think that's, and season 3, I disagree, Ben one. I think there will be some S plus in season 3. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Almost. Look at this. 12 episodes. SS plus. That's almost half of the entire season.
Right.
That's great. Yeah. That's
As opposed to last season, it was 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Between S and S plus, and most of that was in S.
Yeah.
So the. But yeah, when we get to season 3, I think that'll be a mix, because season 3 was hit or miss. It was either they were really good episodes, like Let That Be Your Last Battlefield.
Mom, maybe don't Google it, but it's also shaped like the Shocker. But no, anyway.
I don't want to know what the Shocker is.
Don't Google it, Mom.
Yeah.
Jason already told you what it is, brother.
Oh, that's what the Shocker is.
Yeah, one in the
it's
pink,
actually,
one in the stink, baby.
The count is reversed normally, but because there's only one on the top, it kind of got turned around in this.
Yeah.
Okay, the Shocker is a hand gesture with sexual connotation. Index, middle, and little fingers are extended while the ring finger is curled or bent down. The middle fingers are held together. The thumb may be tucked against the palm.
You're reading the definition right on.
Yeah, this is off of Google. This isn't even like going to some nasty page. This is Google's own,
I'm sorry,
so-
Planet X. Planet X is like gross. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And wow, and look, you're really gonna say that in front of your mother?
Yeah.
I literally said, don't Google it, Mom.
Hey,
now, if she
my
does, that's
mom
on
is
her.
dead, so I'm covered there, but yeah,
Okay,
Danny,
Sherry, I'm sorry. You're right, Sherry. My mom is here. I should be I'm an asshole.
well, that much we can agree on.
I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, yeah.
today,
we-
that-
Paid
your
somebody
title.
$100 to put antifreeze in my car.
Yeah.
Feel mad about that.
And we all told you were a dumbass. And we all told you to put antifreeze in your car last night.
Yeah.
Well, he was reserving judgment to the professionals.
Yeah.
and the double entendre of living in Las Vegas is professionals are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why you can check out our OnlyFans page coming soon. Coming soon.
Nobody wants to see this.
See, that's
white
the
hair.
teaser right there. That's the
Look
teaser
at all this
right there.
white hair. Nobody wants to see this. I'm a Yeti. It's disgusting.
That's the point, dude.
I cracked off the specs for the images.
You cracked them off, did you?
No, I got the email. Thank you. Yeah.
And Sherry
I'll
says
actually-
she'll put sugar in your gas tank.
I'm gonna Sherry, don't do that. That's not cool. So I'm gonna work on those while I watch. What was the episode I was gonna watch? What did we say?
I don't know. Which one did you say you were
I don't
going to
remember
watch?
because I know I've got two or three on
It was
my own list.
it was the one that I shit.
Oh, the time travel one? One of the time travel ones?
No, it wasn't the time travel one because that one sucked.
I think it was By Any Other Name. Was it that one? I think it was that
I
one.
don't know.
I should have wrote.
You want me
it
to
out
just start
for you.
reading episode names until you figure it out?
You know what? I'll do like I did last night. I'll rewatch the video. I'll send you guys a weepy text about how much I love
I
you.
don't want another 2 a.m. text from you saying, I love you, man.
I said I love you guys. I said,
Yeah, I
love
know.
both
But
of
my I was sitting there. My wife is like, oh, no, is Danny killing himself?
you. Oh, that's fair. That's a fair. My track record's not great.
Yeah.
So
Like, do I have to drive to Las Vegas now?
no. I'm actually, guys. I joke about quitting this job and blah blah blah. But I'm in the best headspace I've been in fucking years, man. Like really, like literally 4 or 5 years.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel productive. I feel like I have purpose again. It's nice making money and doing stuff and having to wake up and do because before I got this job, man, I would sleep all day just because I didn't want to get up. You know what I mean? It wasn't it the deadly years, Danny. Oh, thank you, Renegade. That was very sweet of you. Yeah.
Very sweet.
Basically. I was being sarcastic, but that's fine.
You're a weirdo, man.
Yes. Thank you.
So next week we get to rate season 3.
So
However, we'll be doing that on
we're-
Thursday because remember we're not doing a Friday show next week.
whoa, rewind that. Let's talk about this. Just because
talked about it
Jason's
yesterday.
No. Hold up. I wanted to talk to you about this. I've been busy all day. Maybe you and I could still do a Friday show. Just
Maybe
about something else.
I'll be at my
he's not
church
there.
on Friday.
He's not there.
Oh, okay. Well, so
Saturday is the day
reasons
Jason's not available.
Now, if
Friday is the day
if
I'm
you
okay,
want to do
okay.
something utterly irreverent on your channel, Danny,
or if you want to do something on Wednesday, we could arrange that. But and I know,
dude, Wednesday. I've already told you, I get to work from home. So yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
totally.
So if you want to figure out if you want to do something on Wednesday, I can do that. because
Okay.
especially after like this last Wednesday, I think I'm never doing an open panel again. That's
Yeah, hence my comment about Mary being LDG's favorite episode.
yeah, yeah. I don't need to go there. But we could do something if there's something you want to do, if there's something you want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
and we could just kind of play it by ear for me. If I can make it, I'll make it. If I
Right.
don't,
But as far as our rating next week, we'll be doing that on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday we'll watch Star Trek 5.
Ooh.
And the secret bonus show that Jason knows about.
Let's do Threshold on Wednesday. Come on, everybody was talking about that earlier.
What was that? What was that even supposed to be?
That was Kirk's reaction to drinking Michelob. That's what
Yeah,
that was.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like, dude, were you trying to kiss the lizard, or were you just trying to?
I don't know. That's the sound that the weird.
Hey man, I'm
salamanders
just
make.
trying to give the people what they want.
Well,
And we seem to have had a lot of
that's-
requests for the Threshold
Man,
episode.
that
And
would
that,
be
and that
that's
could
a
be
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I consider all our yesterdays a time travel episode? That's which one is that? That's not Sargon, right? No.
What?
Which one is all our yesterdays? Now you're making me forget. No, that was Return of Tomorrow. Is that the one with Sarpedon from season 3?
We haven't got to season 3 yet, brother.
Yeah, no.
Super chat.
And Planet X with $2 says a stream about Sub Rosa. Candle love, it's candle love.
Oh man, I saw a terrible slam that rated doctors from Star Trek in order. I should have sent it to you, Danny, just because it would have aggravated you. I forget who it was. It might be someone you even follow on Twitter, but it ranked everybody, and then for Crusher, it just said slept with a ghost candle.
Can't see my face right now because it's covered by the white bar. But
It was like super shots fired. It's like, oh man, Danny'd fight that person right to the.
first
I
of
don't know
all,
why Danny would fight that.
I wish I was that candle. But that's fine.
So what you're saying is you also wish you were Yaphet. Because then you could just go everywhere.
Well, yeah. Well, wow. I never thought of it that way.
All
but-
our yesterdays. When Kirk, Spock, and McCoy investigate the disappearance of a doomed planet's population, they find themselves
Yeah,
trapped in
yeah, so
different
Sarpedon.
periods of that
it's
world's
the
past.
penultimate episode.
Yeah,
of the
Sarpedon
series.
is the name of the planet. That's
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would call it time travel.
it. Technically is because they do go back in time. They
It
just
is
don't go-
but it stays within that planet
It's-
only.
well, it's easily the best episode of season 3. I'm just saying.
what?
Easily. Are you out of your goddamn
It's not a
mind?
bad
Sorry,
episode.
I didn't mean to say
But
that.
easily the best episode. No, you're comparing that to Let That Be Your Last Battlefield and saying it's better. No.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Well, actually, I'll give you the fight. I'll give you the fight song for this little episode battle. Better than the Enterprise incident.
Yeah. See, Enterprise Incident. That's another good episode.
Damn. Okay. Well. And
See,
you know what? Oh, you know
Everybody
what?
thinks season
Isn't it-
3 just
hold up.
sucks. It doesn't.
No, hold up. Tholian Webb is in season 3 too.
Yes.
Right?
Everything we
Yeah,
haven't
okay.
seen.
Damn. So okay. Yeah, there are some good episodes in season 3, but there are a lot of stinkers, man. There are a lot of stinkers.
That's why I said season 3 is like up and down, up and down. It's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
And you saw the commented. I put this picture up just for you, Danny.
I already said I wish I was the candle. What more do you
Yes.
want from me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so this is kind of what Danny was sounding like when he sent me that text. I think,
No. First of all, I sent it to the group, and I said I
yeah,
love you
because you're into the
guys.
group thing. That's,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're really trying to make this OnlyFans thing work, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey, we are going to make it work. We're going to make some serious bank.
Now, by the way, and not that this is going to really necessarily change much, because we're probably going to just f-bomb the absolute crap out of "And the Children Shall Lead." It's the lowest IMDb score of all the episodes.
Oh,
of
that
Star
doesn't
Trek,
surprise
the
me
original
at all.
Not just season 3, but like.
So that was the one I was confusing. That's the one with Kirk's kids in it, right? With Shatner's kids in it, right? Is that the one with Shatner's kids in it?
And the children shall lead. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go, Danny.
So you do want to do Threshold on Wednesday? Okay. All right.
Yeah, we can do Threshold, or we can do Sub Rosa. We can do whatever we feel like, but you know.
Yeah, Leslie Carol Shatner, uncredited as one of the kids.
Okay, so yeah, that is the one. So it also, which is weird because she's not in the show, but I'm telling you, in that sci-fi thing I watched, the Grace Lee Whitney's daughter is in that episode also.
Really?
Well, and the children shall lead. I agree with Renegade. That will be an F minus.
Oh, that's the worst episode. That's the worst.
In
episode
fact, you know what?
TOS.
We're not going to make it F minus. Instead, there'll be F, and then below it, it'll say F, but EFF.
Yeah.
Because that's it's just an FU level.
Yeah.
What drugs do the riders of Threshold like to smoke? Whatever it was, it should not be legal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to smoke it because it'll piss him off.
Hey, put that away, dude. Come on,
probably.
No, put that away. Get that off screen.
Probably out of something like that. I didn't smoke it.
Yeah, but you put it on screen. Don't do that, please.
It's a prop. It was just a prop. It's a prop. Come on. I'm sorry.
Some people do not understand terms of service.
It's a decorative. Yeah, I swear it's a decorative element.
It's a vase. 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 I just didn't have flowers in it because
Fortunately, once we get our OnlyFans page up and running, then it won't matter. You'll be able to do that on OnlyFans.
Well, we can do that on Patreon.
No, Patreon you can't, but you can on OnlyFans.
So her.
Look at that.
Season 1.
You see, look at that. Bradley.
Jason, thank you so much for $1.
Me, Jason. It's a Canadian.
Yeah. It's not time travel because they only time travel on the same planet. Me, Jason, me is Canadian. Yeah.
Me, Jason. Me is Canadian.
You know what's funny is if I really dial it up, will Thomas just keep giving more money?
Damn.
Well, lovely Sherry. Yes, this is a family show. OnlyFans. Yeah, Jason will, or Danny will actually be able to cuss on OnlyFans, and I won't.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to be better. I keep trying to self-censor.
Yeah. So Grace Lee Whitney's son played one of the small boys in Miri.
Okay, in Miri.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was the Vulcan medic, uncredited in the motion picture.
Oh.
So Renegade thought Threshold was trying to reference 3001, not typo book in the show. I remember that Clark wrote books that were way out in the future, but I've never read 3001, so I don't know what happens in it.
So
does everybody become salamanders by that year?
I don't know.
I know it's super late where you are, Jason.
Super late.
I super got a jet.
Damn, because I was just about to say, I just don't want this to end. This is so much fun. I want to keep going, guys, especially because we're not doing our stream in the morning. That's a bummer.
Well,
I'm sad.
That's why I got you that box of tampons that I sent you.
he did, guys. He did. That was a thing.
I know since you have plans tomorrow, we can't record tomorrow, but that's okay. I will be very busy editing together our very first video for those of you that have decided to become members of the channel. Thank you so much,
dude. I actually thank you.
And
it was LD
course,
that gave me one.
Yeah, and of course you will be creating.
I want to see it.
You will be creating the.
I'm gonna have that done. I'm gonna work on that as soon as we get off. Tonight, those will be.
That sounded worse. But,
That Captain Kirk pause was kind of inconvenient.
As soon as we get off tonight. Like, no, maybe you're getting off tonight. I don't, just leave me out of it, okay?
God.
But yeah, so that's what you're going to be doing, Danny.
I know what you're doing here. I know what you're doing here.
It doesn't even come
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm asking you what you're.
You're going to cut me off. You're going to cut me off.
I am not going to cut you off.
Yes, you are, because that's what you do.
I promise, I won't cut you off.
You're a liar. Yes, I'm going to be working on those emojis tonight for you.
And so you guys heard it. The emojis will be done this weekend for those of you that have become channel members, and thank you again for those of you that have, and those of you that are
Louise,
gifted.
mother, yes.